Welcome into Washington High School, where it is another doubleheader for the Washington Demons here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, and it is a rivalry time. Another SEC home clash for the Demons as they set to take on the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Reminder, Washington Demon basketball powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. This is the Ann C. Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services pregame show as we get set for the girls basketball game between Washington and Mount Pleasant. The Washington Pep Band is here. I'm here as well, Jack Knowlton. I'll be joined in a little bit by my partner, Zeph Walker-L, as we take you through another home doubleheader for the Demons, and it is always a fun one when Mount Pleasant comes to town, or vice versa when Washington heads down to MP to take on the Panthers. This season so far, Washington improving to 4-2 since the last time we were on the broadcast together for their game against Mediapolis. They went on the road, took down Fairfield for their first SEC win, and won at Grinnell 72-60 earlier this week. And when we look at this rivalry matchup between Mount Pleasant and Washington, it is MP that leads the series since 2006. They've won 21 games to 19 for Washington. However, the Demons have won the last 4. Mount Pleasant before that had won 14 of the previous 15 games. That lone loss when 2020, 50-47. Their last matchup, January 31st, 2025, it was Washington getting a 58-26 win. And a player we're going to spotlight plenty of times tonight led the Demons in scoring. That is Adeline Long. She had 16 points in the game last year, and this season has been simply on fire, particularly in the last 2 games. Has combined for 40 points. She's hit 8 threes. She hit 5 of those in the first half against Fairfield. That was part of a 21-point burst that helped the Demons to their first SEC win of the season. She's averaging 15 points per game. That leads Washington, and she will certainly be needed tonight against a Mount Pleasant team that, while they have struggled, they have some decent players themselves who come into this game. A look too at the SEC standings on the girls basketball side. Fort Madison is in first place. Them and Keokuk both 2-0 in the standings. Keokuk, of course, beat Washington here. The Demons at 4-2 overall, 1-1 in the SEC. Burlington at 1-1 in the SEC and 3-3 overall. And then Mount Pleasant and Fairfield, both 1-5, searching for their first Southeast Conference win at 0-2 apiece. Both of these teams coming in. A win would put them 1 win away from their win totals last year. Washington's had a really nice start under Coach Colin Mulford, who's in his first season. He's, of course, an MP grad, played for the Mount Pleasant boys team, so some ties there, adding to an already really fun rivalry. But Washington 6-16 in their last season. They would go up to 5 wins. Mount Pleasant, they've been on a little bit of a skid. They are 1-5 to start the year. They won 3 games last year, so a win would push them to 1 away. In their last game for MP, it was a 66-28 loss to Benton. The Bobcats shot incredibly well from the field in that game, 48.5%. They shot over 41% from 3 and 75% from the charity stripe. So Mount Pleasant looking for a better game in that regard. Washington against Grinnell, I mentioned that 53-41 win. They shot 50% from 3 as a team. It wasn't just Adeline Long getting it done from long range. They had 5 players make a 3 in that game. Went on a 13-0 run to end the first quarter after going down early. Overcame 18 turnovers. They won the rebounding battle against a fairly tall Grinnell team as well. That has been a trend for the Demons this year, is rebounding the basketball very, very well. Washington's bench, key as well in that game. 21 points they got off the bench. That all came from Ashlyn Long, Reagan Miller, and Sarah Berto. 3 of them combining for 21 points in that game. They have been good off the bench. Berto averaging just under 2.5 points a game. Reagan Miller at around 5.8. And Ashlyn Long at 3.5 and 2 rebounds. Has been a talented freshman piece for this Washington team. I mentioned the stars from Mount Pleasant. Abby Carthy and Abigail Shelengowski are the 2 leaders in scoring. They average just around 6 points per game. This is a Mount Pleasant team that retained most of its talent from a year ago. They had just a couple of departures. The notable one, Alexa Fuller. She was an All-SEC honorable mention player a year ago, but only only appeared in 15 games and averaged just under 7 points. So Mount Pleasant, plenty of talent back from last year. Washington, of course, getting the likes of Long back this year has been huge. Leighton Messenger returning for her freshman season. She's paced the Demons in the rebounding category. 7.5 she's up to. She only scored 3 points against Grinnell, but had 9 boards, 3 assists, and 3 steals in that one. So she's been a valuable part. Addison Miller was in double figures. We'll call her name a lot tonight. She's at just over 6 points per game, kind of the second leader in scoring for this Washington team. She had 10, knocked down a 3, 4 rebounds, and a steal for the Demons. So should be an exciting one. Once again, our rivalry continues here between two SEC foes in a much-needed game for both of these teams. Mount Pleasant, once again, after that loss to Benton, they had lost their previous 2 before that to Fort Madison and to Oskaloosa. Whereas Washington, we know the form they're in. They're looking for their 3rd straight win before heading to Christmas break. Should be a good one. We'll send it to a quick break, and we will come back. You'll hear the PA announce the starting lineups in the national anthem. It's rivalry time. The band is playing. Should be a lively one here between Washington and Mount Pleasant. Back in just a moment here with Washington Girls Basketball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Washington High School in tonight's conference matchup between the Mount Pleasant Panthers and your very own Washington Demons. Let's continue putting those hands together as we welcome home our college students that are off for break at this time. Welcome back, college students. And in the Christmas spirit of things, there's no Grinch behaviors allowed in the crowd. The Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Washington High School encourage positive sportsmanship and behavior at all times during our athletic events. Good sportsmanship starts with respect for yourself, your team, the opponent, and the decisions that are made by the official. Please honor these athletes competing tonight by refraining from any negative comments. Together we can set the standard for good sportsmanship. And now please join me in welcoming our officials for tonight. First, Chris Breitbach, Noah McCleary, and Michael Piper. And now for your lineups. First for the Panthers. A 5'4" sophomore guard, number 1, Haley Lindahl. I'm sorry, Lee. A 5'7" sophomore guard, number 4, Abigail Shellingoski. Give her a round of applause. A 5'4" senior guard, number 12, Abby Carthy. 5'6", senior guard number 14, Kinley White. 5'7", senior guard number 20, Maya Starr. And rounding out the lineup for the Panthers, a 5'7", junior forward number 23, Peyton Ensminger. The Panthers are coached by head coach Kirk Watson and assisted by Matt Smith and Amy Iverson. And now for your Demons. At 5'10", senior guard hailing from Parts Unknown, number 0, At 5'10", she's a senior guard, number 3, Leighton Greenlight Messenger. 5'7", senior guard, number 5, Free Sabaski. At 5'11", a senior forward, the first half of the dynamic Miller duo, number 12, Addison Miller. And rounding out the lineup for the Demons, at 5'9", sophomore forward, number 15, from the Big Down Under, Vivian Cole. At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we pay honor to this great nation with the playing of our national anthem by the Washington Demon Pep Band.
We are just moments away from the Washington Demons and the Mount Pleasant Panthers rivalry action here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Jack Knowlton, now joined by my partner, Zeph Walker. Zeph, very exciting one here. Two rivals, two good teams. The Demons looking for their third straight win, looking to get just one win away from already matching their total in wins from a year ago. How excited are you for this rivalry matchup?
I'm really excited, especially because they're coming off a 2-game win streak, and that momentum can be very good. You know, you're back home. The last time you were here, it wasn't the best matchup, but, you know, on the road is where you're able to showcase how can you, play under pressure, and being home with the seniors back in town, that energy feels live. It's a lot of bodies in here, so we're looking for a good game.
Going to be lively. Washington wins the jump. It's Addison Miller driving inside and kicking to Oakley Sabaski. It's the usual starting lineup for the Demons with Miller, Sabaski, Kroll, Leighton, Messenger, and of course Adeline Long, who has been on a heater over the last 2 games. Messenger gets tied up, and possession will go back to the Panthers. Kinley White winning the jump ball. She's out there with Abby Carthy. Abigail Schellingowski is on the court for the Panthers, as well as Maya Starr and Peyton Ensminger. That's the 5 for MP, looking for their second win of the season. White dishes to Ensminger. Carthy back to Starr. White on the right side.
The defensive pressure is there. They aren't allowing anything to go down.
Early man-to-man
And
look,
the
and there's a block
from-
for Leighton Messenger.
That was nice.
Quickly the other way. Kroll inside, lost it, able to regather, but passed it away. Ensminger emerges with the basketball. Here's Starr, top of the key. Right wing, it's Abby Carthy, one of the stars of this Panthers team, but in trouble in the corner, and MP forced to burn a timeout. Coach Kurt Watson has been in charge for the last couple of seasons. This is a Mount Pleasant team that 2 years ago was 11-12 in the SEC. Since then, it's been a little bit of a struggle. 4 wins 2 seasons ago, and they went 3-19 last year. So looking for some success. Washington's had the better of the Panthers in this rivalry too, Zeph, which certainly won't please the visiting side, and given how heated this is.
Yeah. I like how when I mentioned how good the defense looked from Washington, we got a Leighton Messenger block down in the paint.
Yeah, Messenger, about a half a block a game so far this season. Not many Washington players get a ton of them, but the defense has been intense the first minute or so in this game. Starr, guarded by Soboski. Gives it over to Ensminger, who is fouled underneath.
It's a tough call.
That'll go on Soboski, her first.
The rotation was there. I don't like the stoppage of play there, but you know.
Carthy to trigger. Carthy needs an option, has to chuck it up, and it's batted around and stolen by the Demons.
Good steal there.
Up the other way comes Adeline Long. 3 threes in her last game. Gets to the rim and shot too strong. Miller collects the offensive rebound. Messenger, short corner 2. No good. Rebounded by White.
White picks up the rebound.
Neither team on the board in the first 2 minutes of this one. Carthy hands it off to Kinley White. White colliding with Shelingowski. She's got it in the corner. Sophomore guard for this Panthers team. Shelingowski, 6.4 points per game. Now dribbling inside is Starr. Spins and kicks it to Carthy. Patient offense here and still good defense for the Demons. Now firing and too short on the jumper was Shelingowski. A little bit of a chess match in the opening couple of minutes. Both teams in man-to-man, kind of feeling each other out on offense. It's Vivian Kroll. Kicks to Long. Miller was open for a second in the left corner. Now just is inside to Kroll, who gets fouled. No, she walked. Caught the bump by Ensminger, but walked before.
That's tough.
So MP will come up the other way. A few early turnovers for both of these teams. Messenger trying to reach in on the steal from Ensminger. Now stuck with it a little bit. Gets it over to Shelingowski. Skip past to Carthy. Thought about a 3, now drives on Long. Kicks it out. Shelingowski will try again. That one too short. Offensive rebound is too strong on the layup. Ball bouncing around. MP still in control, but Long gives possession back to Washington. And tying up Shelingowski.
Still a stalemate here.
Yeah, I think this is I was just going to say, I think this is the longest we've gone without a bucket in one of our broadcasts so far.
Yeah.
4:38 to go in this first. No score. Press on for Mount Pleasant. Washington trying to break it quickly. That one poked away and stole, and it was Ensminger. And Carthy came away with the basketball. Shelingowski doesn't try it that time from the right wing. Carthy will hold it up top. Gives it to Starr. Starr will try a long-range 3. That one's short and will go out of bounds. And
tough jumper.
Saved from crashing into the drum set. And the first substitution of the game, Reagan Miller will come in for Oakley Soboski. Miller a decent outing. Scored 8 points against Grinnell in Washington's win over the Tigers. 3 rebounds and 4 assists in that game as well.
Huge contribution off the bench.
Long gets the screen for Kroll. Kicks to Messenger. She'll
Green
try a
light.
3. That's good.
What's her name? Green light.
So Messenger, good for her to see one go through the net. She was 1 for 9 against Grinnell, already 1 for 1 here today, and the Demons are on the board.
Yeah, that last outing from Layden Messenger wasn't her best offensively, but she did everything else right, which helped them, get that big win. I've got it here. She had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Contribution is key.
Another steal right there. Messenger comes the other way. Kicks it to Miller. One dribble and was collided into. No foul call, but Kroll the putback.
That was tough. I think the entire arena agrees. We wanted a foul there.
Nevertheless, Vivian Kroll, 2 points for her. She did not score against Grinnell, but like Messenger, contributed in the rebounding category with 5. It's a 5-0 lead for the Demons. Here's Carthy. The trap comes in the corner again. Carthy tried to squeeze a pass out of there. It rolls into the backcourt, and that will be a backcourt violation. No one touched it on its way back, so that will give possession back to Washington as a couple of subs coming in for the Panthers. Haley Lidolf, the sophomore, and Avery Fedler, the freshman.
Now, with the score being as low as it is, 5-0, Demons leading, would you contribute this to more of a defensive outing from both sides, or just not being able to find an offense right now?
I think Washington seems like they've done a good job so far. There's almost a steal. Thought it was going to be a steal for White. Refs call a foul, but to me, I think Washington, it feels like, has had a couple of good looks that they haven't gotten to go, but certainly on their side, I think have been defending very well. Some high energy, intensity
Definitely
on that side.
They look in form right now.
So give White the foul, her first of the game. She was an all-honorable mention player last year for the Panthers. Reagan Miller gives it back to Adeline Long. Spinning,
Great
firing,
shot.
and good.
Great shot. I could have told you that was going down the way she posted her down low. That was nice.
A little bit of a soft press on for Washington, maybe smelling some blood in the water early. Fedler, her first action of the game for Mount Pleasant. In the corner, trap.
Great trap.
Coming.
Great trap.
Messenger holding up.
Yes.
And the steal for Long.
That's exactly what the trap is supposed to do. It's supposed to open up a steal.
And Long the bucket.
Count it.
Long knew exactly where she was going, took that right into the contact of Fedler, and will go to the line to try and give the Demons a 10-0 start. 4 points for her.
If we were playing 2K, her two-way tenacity badge just kicked on right there. The steal to the and one bucket. And that was a tough and one. The ball went up really high in the air. The basketball gods are on her side.
Saboski back into the game. Sarah Berto checks in for the first time tonight for Washington as Long
and down
makes the free throw. She's up to 5 points. It is a 10-0 Demons lead. The offense coming alive after a slow start. The press trying to suffocate Mount Pleasant. They get out of it with Ensminger. Ball into the corner. That's been a danger zone for Mount Pleasant. White's got it. Fedler thought about a three. Tried to use the screen. Saboski pokes it away. Carthy right wing.
Oh, good defense.
Ball collected by Ensminger.
They are everywhere on defense right now. Look at that. Yes, I'm loving this right now. I'm loving it.
Long trying to blitz inside and the block. No foul call, but gathering and putting it home was Lidolf. So Long, the good play initially, but had to finish the job on defense, and Lidolf gets the first bucket for MP. Saboski quickly the other way, no good on the three. And coming the other way is White. One-on-one with Long, all the way to the rim, left the layup short. Messenger keeping up the tempo. She'll go all the way to the lane, and that one poked out to give Washington the ball back. Carthy with the deflection for the Panthers. Back and forth these last two possessions. As Shelengowski will come back in. White will take a seat. And the steal for MP. And a foul on the other way for Washington.
Fouls on Madeline Long. Her first, 10 seconds.
And Haley Lydolf, the sophomore, has played in 5 games so far. Only one start, gets it in. It's her first year with the MP program. They have a few new faces, despite not having to replace too many seniors from a year ago. Here's Fedler, that's one of them, a freshman who traveled. And the ball back to the Demons. 45 seconds left in this first quarter. It's a 10-2 Washington lead. I don't think you'd call it a necessarily blazing start for Coach Colin Mulford's side, but they got some offense going.
I think they got the right type of offense going. They aren't rushing anything. They aren't forcing anything. You know, it's a make or miss game, so.
Sabaski with the miss there on the layup, but tied up underneath was Sarah Berto, who continues to be in good position for some of these offensive rebounds. Berto, 3.5 per game off the bench. She had a good outing against Grinnell, 3 points, 2 boards, had a block in that game as well. Ashlyn Long's gonna check in for Adeline Long.
And she went off last game as well off the bench with 10, yeah. That was nice.
Messenger in the short corner, spins past the defender, layup is good.
Clean.
Nice move there by Messenger, who's up to 5 quick points in this first quarter. 12-2, Demons off to a nice start. Defensive pressure evident. Abby Carthy looking for an answer for the Panthers. In the closing seconds, 7 on the clock. 4 seconds left, now driving is Shelengowski, gets to the rim, can't get it to drop, and no shot afterwards, so that will do it for the first period of play. It was all Demons. 12-2, they lead Mount Pleasant. We'll send it to a break, come back with the second quarter. You're watching Washington Demon Girls Basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
And we're back live here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network with Demon Basketball. We have Mount Pleasant down by 10 against your defending home court, the Washington Demons. Slow start for both teams entering that first quarter. The Demons coming away with 12 points. Leading the way was Leighton Messenger with 5. She has a 3 and a layup. Mount Pleasant still trying to figure out an offense to find out. We got a 3 in the air, and it's no good. Out of bounds. Ball retains for Mount Pleasant. 3 taken there from Shalengowski. Ball inbounded from Mount Pleasant. Carthy at the top of the key, guarded by Miller. Berto, and almost a steal there from Oakley Sabaski. Carthy in the corner, she's double teamed, and the ball is ripped away on the ground. Sabaski has it tied up. We have a jump ball. Possession goes to the Demons.
White checks back in for Panthers.
Long bringing the ball down court. guarded by Shelengowski. Long to Saboski. Finds Miller at the top of the key. Gets it back to Long. Long for a deep three. No good. Rebounded by Mount Pleasant. Carthy gets the ball back to Lightoff. Lightoff guarded by Long. Back to Carthy at the top of the key, guarded by Long. Ashlyn Long, that is. Drives in, kicks out. Shelengowski with the drive, guarded by Sir Berto. Blocked by Berto, but the contact is called. And she'll go to the line for two. Shelengowski was attempting a layup. What looked like good defense there from Suriberto turned into a foul. Put Shelengowski at the line, and she misses the first. And short on the second one. Rebound goes to Washington. Berto gets the rebound there. Long bringing the ball up court, hits Long. Saboski in the corner, guarded by Shelengowski with the spin move. And Saboski thought the ball was deflected by Shelengowski. Refs called it otherwise. Mount Pleasant gets the ball as the ball goes out of bounds, turnover on Saboski. Lightoff gets the ball to White. White finds Starr, and the ball is loose. Retained by White. Gets it back to Starr. Starr guarded by Berto. She picks up her dribble. Finds Shelengowski guard. Oh, and the steal and the bump. As Ashlyn Long hits the floor, ball goes out of bounds and is retained by Mount Pleasant.
Messenger, Kroll, check back in for the defense.
Shelengowski with the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Kroll. And the shot goes up from Starr, no good. And it's put back up from Carthy and rebounded by Miller, who gets small. Looks like she got hit in the eye there.
Referee timeout.
We've got a quick referee timeout and a sub. Addison Miller for Reagan Miller, who checks in the game. Demons still leading 12-2. Adeline Long bringing the ball past half court at top of the key. Guarded by White. Adeline Long guarded by Starr. Finds Miller. Long for three. And it's too much on that one. Rebound goes to Messenger, who finds an open Kroll in the basket, and it's good. Assisted by Leighton Messenger, who finds Kroll just chilling under the basket. Long. And White just drives past everyone, blocking foul on Miller. Kinley White just blew past everyone there. Finds her way all the way to the cup to get fouled.
Team second.
And no good on the first attempt. And her second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Adeline Long. Adeline finds Ashlyn. Back to Adeline. Miller to the top. And for three. And it doesn't get the friendly bounce. Was a great look, but it doesn't get the friendly bounce. An unfortunate foul on Kroll, which returns the ball back to Mount Pleasant. Demons looking to put the press on Mount Pleasant right now, and they lose the ball, stolen from Leighton Messenger. She's driving in, and gets the contact on the layup as she's now going to go shoot two. The press worked in the favor of the Demons, which led to a turnover from Mount Pleasant and puts Layton Messenger at the line. Demons leading 14-2. Messenger has 2 steals on the evening, and she's no good on her first free throw. And she makes the second free throw. And the press is back, and the Demons are pressing Mount Pleasant. They are not letting them in. Another steal, almost stolen from Layton Messenger, but tied up, jump ball. Possession arrow says Mount Pleasant retains the basketball. Demons lead the Panthers 15-2 with just over 4 minutes to go in the second quarter here. Abby Carthy, guarded by Layton Messenger. Carthy finds Shalingowski, who gets stolen from Ashlyn Long, the steal. Finds Miller in the corner, and it's short. And retained possession from Ashlyn Long. She dived into the crowd for that one. That one looked pretty scary, but she got up really good. Okay, she's good. She checks out of the game for Oakley Saboski. You gotta appreciate the hustle there from the freshman. Got the steal and wanted to keep the possession, but that press is still working. Demons almost got a steal from the Panthers. Panthers on a fast break, and they are good. Bucket there from Maya Starr. Layton Messenger finds Miller in the corner. Messenger at the top of the key. Saboski finds Miller on the wing. Pump fake drives, finds Messenger in the corner. Long, guarded by White. Hesitation, finds Saboski for 3! Oakley Saboski! She puts up her first 3 points of the evening, assisted there from Adeline Long. The Demon press is working, but blocking foul on Saboski, who was trying to get her to step out of bounds, but she took the contact. Picks up her second personal foul of the evening. Ashlyn checks back into the game for the defensive hustle play there by Oakley Saboski. Demons are going to take a quick timeout here. 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go. Demons lead 18-4 over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. We'll be right back after this quick break. We are back here live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics, for some Demon varsity girls basketball. Demons lead 18-4 over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Mount Pleasant has the ball down low. Starr finds Ensminger in the corner, and she drives in, but it's no good. Rebound by Kroll. Long pushes the ball up court with such speed, finds Adeline Long in the corner, but Messenger on the wing, and it's short of the three-point line.
Rebound, White.
Mount Pleasant, ball at the top of the key, held by Maya Starr, guarded by Miller. Finds Shelengowski, who's at the top, guarded by Long. And out of bounds. That was way off. Believe the intended pass was to go to Maya Starr, but she overthrew that one by a mile. And almost decked someone on the sidelines there. Demons get the ball back. Adeline Long bringing it up the top. Finds Messenger on the wing. Kroll finds Miller on the wing. Gets it to the middle. Messenger attempted to go for the three, but guarded by Esminger. Ashlyn Long drives, finds. Oh, and a traveling violation on Ashlyn Long there. She found a slightly open Messenger on the wing, but the ref stopped the play. And the press from Washington lives on, but it's broken, and the Panthers are driving down. Gets the ball to, and it's a good mid-range shot pulled up from Abby Carthy there. Really nice mid-range shot. She's got two. And Ashlyn, rebounded by Kroll, finds Adeline Long on the wing as Messenger. And a rebound goes back and almost stolen there from Ashlyn Long. She is bringing a different type of energy to this game tonight. Demon press is here, and it's almost stolen. Esminger wanted the contact there, but rebound goes to Kroll, but no. Jump ball, no. And we get the jump ball there. These ladies are hustling. They are diving on the floor, and they are trying to get the ball back to their team. Nonetheless, Demon basketball. Good hustle from both teams here. Adeline Long, guarded by Kinley White. Long to Long. Guarded by Carthy. White on the wing, guarded by, and finds Kroll as Long. And stolen from Starr, and stolen by Long. Out of bounds call by the official there. Again, it goes back to that hustle. We saw a steal there. The intended receiver was Kroll, but it was stolen by Maya Starr. And then she attempted to pass to her teammate, but it was stolen from Adeline Long. 13 seconds here in the first half to go. Abby Carthy's bringing the ball up court. 7 seconds here. Starr pulls up deep. And no good, rebounded by Kroll. And that'll do it for our first half here. The Demons are leading 18-6 over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. This first quarter was dominated by the Demons' way of passing the ball and finding their open teammates. We'll be right back here for the halftime break on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Fairway's the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to Washington High School here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, where it is the Washington Demons up 18-6 over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker, bringing you the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show. Zeph, a good half of basketball for the Demons, particularly on the defensive end. We're going to touch on kind of leading scores for Washington. What were your takeaways there defensively for the Demons in the first two quarters?
The press. The press. I don't know if it was the first couple games they played during the season and they learned from the other teams of this is why we've had the turnovers that we've had. So let's adjust. Let's adapt that into our own, defensive setup, and let's press a team like Mount Pleasant, who isn't having the greatest start of the season, but this is a team that you can actually, if you want to do something new, this is the game to do it.
Yeah, Colin Mulford, after that Fairfield game, I talked to him after they went on the road, kind of said, that was kind of a blowout win for Washington. That game got away from Fairfield, and he kind of said, the defense always has to be there for Washington.
Yes, indeed.
You can have peaks and valleys with shooting, you can have peaks and valleys with scoring, but if your defense is always there, you're going to be successful. And that's what I feel like we saw. Washington didn't necessarily explode on offense, didn't make a ton of threes. It wasn't a big barrage, but the defense was really there. Really, I felt like in the half court slowed Mount Pleasant down.
Yes.
There were a lot of long possessions. They couldn't get easy looks at the rim. They did break the press a couple times, but you're right, absolutely suffocating for the Demons on the defensive end.
Yes, indeed. We've had, right now, and my stats can't be 100%
unofficial
correct.
Unofficial
stats log. We've already have 5 steals for the Demons, unofficially. So that means I'm probably unaccounted for maybe 3 or 4 of them, but it's the way that they're on the ground, they're hustling, they're attempting to get those second chance, opportunities defensively. When you miss that first steal, they're gonna just go all out for that second steal or get that block under the rim, a couple blocks that are unaccounted for. It's just you witness the pressure and you witness the enthusiasm they have defensively. It's like, we're not gonna slack out. If it causes a foul, you don't want a bunch of them, but if it causes a foul, that can either mean one thing: you were either playing too tough or you were playing just the amount of defense, and it's up to the officials' discretion.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely was a physical game, even being down on the court for that second quarter. You could tell when the ball got underneath, they were letting a fair bit go. Players are diving on the floor for loose balls. It is definitely a very physical game, and you would think with the way Washington's defending, that would probably favor the Demons. On offense, Leighton Messenger got going, hit that 3 in the first quarter. She's leading the way with 6 points. Adeline Long's got 5 for the Demons. Vivian Kroll with 4. For Kroll and Messenger in particular, 2 players who combined for just 3 points and 1 made field goal against Grinnell. They're both getting going. That's a big sign for Washington.
That is huge, and we have yet to even see any depth yet. I think that's the best part, is that they have this commanding lead that it's gonna grow, but they're leading on defense. That's what's led to their offense. it's not like they're just coming down and they're shooting a bunch of threes. You know, the shooting percentage right now is pretty evenly matched as far as like the amount of shots they've made. So they're right around that 50% range, and it's awesome because they're not just going for it. They're allowing themselves to shoot well-timed, calculated opportunities. They aren't just forcing things. They don't have to when you have the defense there to make up for it on the other end.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. For as calculated as it feels like they're making Mount Pleasant rather slow down, making them kind of slow down. They're not getting sped up on offense. I think you're exactly right. It's calculated. That's the perfect word for it. They're finding the right spots, getting the open looks, and when the shooter's been open, they've knocked them down, which is something that Colin Mulford has kind of hoped for he was going to see from the likes of Leighton Messenger, Oakley Sabaski, who made a three in that first half as well. Quick final word for you before we send it to a break. Get ready for this second half.
In this second half, what I want to see, I do want to see, more of an offensive unload. Granted, Mount Pleasant, they are not slacking or letting the game go completely away from them. They just haven't been able to get their feet, wet on offense. So for when it goes to the Demons, I want to see that offense explode. I want to see a little bit more shot attempts, because with this commanding lead, now you can make those shot attempts. And it goes in, it doesn't, it doesn't. It's a make or miss league. So that's what I want to see.
It's a make or miss league indeed. Feels like a big flashpoint coming up in this game. Whoever can maybe get off to that quick run to start, we could have a whole new ball game if that's the Panthers doing so, and the Demons have a chance to put this away early to start the third. They're up 18-6. That'll do it for the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show. Both teams taking the court to get warmed up for the second half. We'll do the same when you come back. We'll have the third quarter between Washington and Mount Pleasant here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Welcome back to the third quarter between Washington and Mount Pleasant. The girls' game currently an 18-6 affair with the Demons holding the lead over the Panthers. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-El on the call for you guys here tonight. Don't forget, stay tuned. We will have the Washington Demon boys team coming up against the Mount Pleasant Panthers right after this one. Doubleheader action, always fun on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Mount Pleasant gets things underway to start this third quarter. Offense was hard to come by in the first two with some good Washington defense. They're back in that man-to-man as Maya Starr tries to probe. She kicks it for a 2-4 Shelengowski. They wanted to see that one go in. It does not. Leighton Messenger emerges with the board for the Demons. Messenger just going to take it all the way inside. No one picked her up. And a quick 2 for Washington. And you can see Colin Mulford on the sideline pointing to his team to go right back to that press. That has worked wonders for the Demons in the first half. Mount Pleasant this time, though, able to break it. Shelengowski driving to the rim. Excuse me, that was Kinley White who earns a trip to the free throw line.
You can tell already the pacing from Mount Pleasant is a lot faster. They're moving with a lot more. I'm drawing a blank on the word. Let's just say they're moving faster.
Picking up the pace.
Picking up the pace.
White knocks the first free throw down, a 46% free throw shooter this season. Gets her first points of the basketball game and make that 2. So White a pair, and the Panthers up to 8, 20-8 in favor of the Demons. Soboski hands off to Messenger. He drives left side, hands it back off to Soboski. 2-man game between the two Demon seniors. Long for 3, no good.
That was such a good look, though.
Quickly the other way, the Panthers don't want to let Washington press off a miss. Shelengowski, free throw line jumper is way short, and unable to save it was White. Possession back to the Demons.
You know, if that's the offense they're going to lean on, I'm not going to be opposed to seeing a couple of those shots go in, because they're attempting now. Now they're finding open spots. You just got to make the shot. That's all.
Addison Miller in the corner. Messenger kicks to Soboski, driving inside. Layup too strong.
I think she wanted some contact there.
Rebound White.
The rebound to Kinley White. She comes the other way. McCarthy skips it over to Shelengowski, drives on Messenger, puts it up, and Shelengowski will go to the line. A 78% free throw shooter, Shelengowski, in her sophomore season. Promising member of this Panthers team. She's already doubled her scoring average, just under 4 a game last year. She's close to 7 a game in her sophomore season, about 4.6 rebounds as well. That is second on this Panthers team. Trying to convert at the free throw line. Splits a pair. Long will come the other way. Messenger, corner to Miller. Thought about it, now pops a high arcing 3, and it's way short. And the ball deflected out of bounds. Last off of Carthy. It'll stay or go back to Washington, rather.
It was definitely the hesitation there from Addison Miller. I think she could have made that if she didn't overthink the first shot. The spacing was there. The defense didn't even jump the second time, so you'd look to see her have that shot again.
Long was bumped by Kinley White. That'll be the second foul for Mount Pleasant's number 14. Messenger over to Soboski, drops it inside to Long. Turning, now tied up, and a jump ball. And that'll give possession back. Or sorry, we'll keep it here rather with Washington. They'll have the arrow, but a good tie up there for Carthy. Oh, no, excuse me again, Mount Pleasant. Nope, Washington basketball. They're throwing me off with who's going to the baseline.
I saw him point the direction at Washington's basket, but I saw that Mount Pleasant player go out. Oh,
Messenger, she's made that spin off a couple of defenders' work tonight. Another bucket for Leighton Messenger.
She's finding her spots, not forcing the issue, just finding the spots and going up for it.
Carthy the other way. 22-9 Demons up in this third quarter. Maya Starr, guarded by Kroll, gives it to Carthy. In the corner and dropping it now inside to Ensminger.
Oh, good deflection.
And the pass poked out of play by Messenger. Good deflection indeed. It'll stay with Mount Pleasant as Reagan Miller will swap in for Addison Miller.
The defensive intensity, it's just the awareness is the better term. They're everywhere they need to be defensively.
Beating Mount Pleasant to some of the spots they're trying to get to. Miller does that, but Starr, a nice shot there. A little bit unorthodox, but they all count the same.
They do.
Miller drives inside, trying to return the favor. Kicks to Messenger. Stops at the top of the key, tries to float it into Kroll, who is collided into by Carthy.
That's such a scary catch right there.
So Carthy, that'll be her third foul. Carthy, one of the more experienced members of this Mount Pleasant team, going to stay out there with 3. Avery Fedler comes back into the game. Shelengowski will take a break, and Carthy actually does sit. And Haley Lydolf will come in. Here's Messenger in the corner. Inside to Kroll. Spins. Layup is good.
Good bucket.
Vivian Kroll. 6 points tonight. And the press on again for Washington. Mount Pleasant able to escape, though. And it's a free opportunity for Ensminger. She gets it to go. Mount Pleasant got a few of those in the second quarter. That's where most of their points have come from tonight. When they are able to break the press, they've gotten easy looks at the rim. Messenger to Miller. Long range 3, no good.
What a good look, though.
Starr on the rebound.
Rebound comes to Mount Pleasant. Up the other way comes Lydolf. She hands it off to Starr. Starr inside, poked away and stolen by Kroll. Or Miller actually with the deflection, ended up in the hands of Kroll. Messenger left side. Miller drives inside, gets around a defender, and is going to get the call on the floor. Fedler fouled her on the way through. And rather, it was Starr on the foul. That'll be her first. 24-13. Mount Pleasant still hanging around, but the Demons trying to keep them at arm's length. Long to trigger the inbound. Has to find someone. Gives it to Miller. Hands it off to Long in the corner. Here's Ashlyn Long. Has to drive out Fedler. Adeline Long. She'll try a 3.
That looks so
That one's
good.
short. Crashing for the rebound and winning it, though, was Long. Now Ashlyn Long layup swatted by Fedler, but a foul. That will send Ashlyn Long to the free throw line.
The freshman has this innate ability to just be in the right spot. And sometimes she puts her head down and just goes, you know. Can't be upset with it. There's a lot of growth that can happen there. She is a freshman, but I think that intensity, her liveliness is what keeps her in the game, keeps her in the rotation.
Misses the front end. She had 10 points off the bench in that game against Grinnell. She's been a spark plug for this Demons team.
It's a great term for her. She's the spark plug.
This is both on that trip, though, and up the other way comes Mount Pleasant quickly. Berto comes away with the rebound after the missed layup. It was too strong that time for the Panthers. And Long. Here's Ashlyn Long. Looking for a teammate, picked up her dribble, manages to find Messenger. Adeline Long in the corner, guarded by White. Now the switch, Miller on top of the key 3, no good. Rebound to Berto. She tried to go right back up with it, got it blocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Washington.
Just keep shooting.
Sarah Berto active on the glass for this Demons team. Offensive rebounding has been one of their identities this season. Adeline Long spins, turnaround Jay, too strong, but here's Messenger with the O board. That layup no good though, so Washington in the end coming up empty. But Long, the quick hands. Long, the layup. That's good. And a quick timeout called by Washington as they go back up by 13. Adeline Long up to 7 points for the Demons. And we will take a break here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Come back with the end of the third quarter. Washington up 26-13. Coming back out of the timeout, Colin Mulford called it for Washington as the Demons have a 26-13 lead here with just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-Ellis, Southeast Iowa Video Network. Zeph Washington putting the press on again, trying to still pull away. Mount Pleasant not out of it just yet.
The press is evolving.
Mount Pleasant does get out of it this time, though, and gets it inside, and the foul by Berto will send Shelengowski back to the line for the second time in this third quarter.
The press is evolving, and you're not upset with fouls because the Panthers have not been good at the line tonight. We have a lot of I'm looking at the wrong stat. Those are the fouls. But again, my point's proven with the lack of free throws that have been made from the Panthers, and they've had many attempts at the line.
They've come up short, but Shelengowski does get that one to go. So 2 points for the sophomore. 4 players out there for MP with 2 points. The only player on the floor right now who hasn't scored is Fedler. Long kicks it to Messenger, corner three, that drops. And Leighton Messenger, you know it's true when you have to go fix the net because it wraps around the rim. And Leighton Messenger, 13 points to lead Washington. Like we had said earlier, had just 3 against Grinnell, so it felt like a big outing for her was coming. It's an SEC All-Honorable Mention player as a freshman, hadn't played in this program since, is back for a senior year. That's a travel on Carthy. And the press once again working for Washington. The Panthers turn it over.
They don't call her green light for no reason.
Living up to the nickname. 143 and counting. Long. Corner to Miller. Inside. Sarah Berto, layup drops.
Beautiful touch pass. That is beautiful there.
Nice dime by Reagan Miller. Ashlyn Long couldn't quite get to that steal. And the Panthers able to break through again, but the deflection, Fedler ends up with it. Over to Shelengowski, who lost it. Long dives for it, and a tie-up. How many times have we seen that tonight?
That hustle.
So the jump ball will keep it with Mount Pleasant. But some good recovery defense after the Panthers broke that press.
Yes, indeed. It's getting really gritty in here, but hey, this is the type of play you want when the season gets deep and we're in the playoffs and stuff. This is the type of pressure you want to have. Adopt it early so then it becomes second nature as the season progresses.
Well, Mount Pleasant's only win this season came against Holy Trinity Catholic Fort Madison. They kind of drug them into a rock fight. It was 33-27 Panthers as a final score. Carthy misses that layup, and Messenger can come the other way, but walked with it.
Whoa. Some of these travel calls, I can just scratch my head a little bit.
But those kinds of games have tended to have the one game they've gotten in that they've won favored MP, but Washington winning the gritty battle here tonight. 1:06 to play. Possession back to the Panthers. Carthy triggers the inbound and threw it out of bounds. This ball will go back to the Demons. Now press on for Mount Pleasant. You'd think that's going to go the rest of the way if the Panthers want to try and get back into this one. Washington trying to slam the door. Long stops, kicks to Miller. Drives, pass poked away. Berto trying to find it. In the end, ends up in the hands of Ensminger, who gets it ahead and throws it to White, but Long whacked it out of bounds.
Great attempt there from Reagan Miller, but just a little too much happening in that space.
Starr gets it in to Kinley White. Screen by Carthy. White pulls it back. Looking for a teammate now. Has to give it up to Shelengowski. Uses the screen. Shelengowski and Long, rather, the good help defense.
Again, it's that defensive awareness that's kept them, with this lead right now. They're just everything. Everywhere that ball goes, their hand is there, and they're deflecting it. They're swatting it. Again.
Some teams like to track those, Zeph, I know at the college and pro levels, and that is something coaches just love, is just when you can get your hands on the basketball, whether it's a steal or not. There's a bucket for Reagan Miller on the long assist by Adeline Long, and Washington has ballooned their lead to 19. Shelengowski trying to trim into that. That rebound swatted away to Mount Pleasant. Shelengowski has to throw it up at the buzzer. No good, and that is how the third quarter will come to a close. Washington balloons this lead, takes care of business in the third, and has 8 minutes to go to seal their second SEC win of the season. We'll have the final 8 minutes of play when you come back. Washington Demon basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Welcome back to the final 8 minutes of the girls' game between Washington and Mount Pleasant. The Demons ballooning their lead to 19, up 33-14 on the visitors from down south. Rivalry action here at Washington, and it's been a fun one, and we're not even close to done. We got the boys' game coming up next after this one. That should be a good one as well. We've got the pep band here. Student section for both teams expected to fill up. I was down on the court in the second quarter, and those Mount Pleasant fans were already getting loud, even though it wasn't going their Panthers' way. So they're going to offer what they can. Demons, I'm sure, going to bring the same energy-wise. Here's Adeline Long, Oakley Soboski. Starting group out there for Washington, minus Addison Miller, minus Leighton Messenger. It's Reagan Miller in for her. She takes the three and drills it.
Good. I knew she was going to find the bottom of the net. It was just a matter of time.
Miller's hit 8 points, I believe, in 3 games this season, and is 3 points away from doing that tonight. Been consistent in the 8-point figure. As a foul on Soboski near half court. It'll be the third on Oakley Soboski.
One of my biggest key pointers when it comes down to Addison and Reagan Miller is that volume. They're volume shooters. They have to continuously put the ball in the air, and then it opens up for them, and you'll see them, pop off for 10, 8, 11. You never know what they could do.
Carthy in the corner and passes it instead to Vivian Kroll, who gets the steal for the Demons. Adeline Long coming the other way. The lead is 21 for Washington, or 22 rather.
Tough bucket.
And ballooning even further, 38-14. Long is up to 9 points. The press not relenting for Washington, trying to trap Carthy, and Kroll got her feet a little bit caught up underneath her and ended up fouling Carthy in the process.
That's tough. She slipped.
So late Messenger coming back in, and now the full starting lineup back in out there for the Demons, and with a big lead, a chance for kind of a final few minutes to get your starters a little bit more experience with that press, you would think, Zeph, especially with how well it's working.
Yeah, and testing to see, are you going to stay locked in, or are you going to look at the clock and look at this lead and say, oh, we can lay back? No, stay locked in.
It's a good point. Corner is Carthy. She lost it out of bounds. MP fans over in that corner didn't like it. It's Demon basketball.
Go the full 32 minutes in this press.
Well, Washington can afford to play some extended minutes. Of course, tonight, the kind of last games before that holiday break period. The Demons won't play again until January 2nd. They will be at Fort Madison in their next one. They'll play Marion on the road on the 5th of January before they're back here for an SEC clash against Burlington. We'll have that on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. That pass gets away from Saboski. Coming away with it is Shelengowski, who gets to the rim. Nice contest by Adeline Long, who prevents the layup. Messenger quickly the other way. Messenger all the way to the rim. That one's swatted, but a foul is called on Maya Starr. That'll send Messenger to the free throw line. Leighton Messenger, 50% from the line on the year. A reminder, it is a young season. Those percentages sort of get themselves ironed out as you play 10 and even 15 games.
Yes, indeed.
Only a couple so far for Washington, 6 in fact. They're 4-2. Look primed to go to 5-2. Try and stay right there with Fort Madison and Keokuk, who have set the tone on the girls' side in the Southeast Conference with 2 wins. Keokuk, of course, has that win over Washington, as Messenger gets the second to go. Washington would improve to 2-1. Burlington is 1-1, who I mentioned they're going to play. As a whistle and a timeout looks like it was called by Mount Pleasant. I think it might have been an inadvertent whistle, and
yeah, I heard an inadvertent whistle from the PA announcer.
Yeah, Coach Kurt Watson maybe just said, we'll take a timeout anyway. Talk things over. We'll send it to a short break. We'll come back in just a moment here between Washington and Mount Pleasant on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Welcome back to Washington Demon basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Demons and Panthers, Washington up 39-14 after MP decided to call a timeout following an inadvertent whistle. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walkerell, wishing everybody out there happy holidays. Christmas time coming up, New Year's always a good time. This time of year, students going on break. We had the announcement on the PA earlier that welcoming some of the college students back from, or who are on Christmas break. That'll add to the atmosphere. Panthers just 14 points with under 5:30 to go. One of the best defensive outputs for Washington this year. There's an old board for Shelengowski, though. Nice effort from her. Messenger stops. Thought about it.
She should have let it go. Just let it fly next time.
As a certain Chris Move would say, you're wide open. You're going to let this fly.
I'm glad you knew where I was referring to. Why not let it fly?
Starr will let it fly. Missed it strong, though. And Addison Miller gets tied up, trying to wriggle away from Shelengowski, but it'll stay with Mount Pleasant. Another good effort there by the sophomore. Shelengowski's had a nice game for the Panthers tonight. No one really shining on the score sheet. She's made some good hustle plays as a couple of reserves will come in now for Washington.
Definitely got the attempts up there for sure.
Berto and Ashlyn Long, the two players to come in. I mentioned those two. 20 combined along with the rest of Washington's bench for 21 points against Grinnell. Really gave them a lift in that game. Demons shot really well from 3 in that one. Hasn't been quite at that clip tonight, but they've made the ones they've needed to. Carthy tries to probe. Kicks it out. Driving inside is White, who got bumped by Miller. This is a Washington team that's replacing a couple of SEC all-honorable mention players from a year ago, and they're going to go just one win away already from matching that win tally from last year. They were 6-16. They haven't breached 9 wins in the last 3 seasons and are on pace to do that, off to a really nice start this year. White misses the first free throw. This also, again, in the series between Washington and Mount Pleasant, will bring the streak up to 5 games for the Demon girls basketball team against their rivals.
They're looking to get back.
It's been by far the lowest scoring affair between the two teams. Closest you can probably get it was 40-29 Washington in a game in 2024. Most recent one, they won 58-26. They've got 39 here. Saboski trying to extend it, too strong on the 3. Berto can't rip the rebound away from Haley Lydolf. And Carthy will come the other way.
That's a tough turnover. Great rebound from Berto.
Driving inside, and Ashlyn Long couldn't quite get the rebound. Swipes it out of bounds. That'll bring Taylor Miksch into the basketball game. Leighton Messenger will come out as the Demons starting to slowly filter out their starters. Mount Pleasant's going to call another timeout. And we'll keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. Mentioned the Panthers there. They lost to Benton in their last game. They're off back home against Keokuk in their next game. That will also come on January 2nd. They'll go to New London and then Fairfield in the 2 games following. So they've got a couple of conference games. They're going to remain winless in conference play here tonight, Zeph. But some more of your thoughts on the Demons' performance. Obviously, again, not the prettiest on offense, but getting it done on the defensive end. The effort has been there through and through. This isn't a Mount Pleasant team that shines offensively either, but Demons doing what they need to do on the defensive end.
You love to see the growth. That's huge. You love to see the game by game, learn what didn't go well last game, implement it into your next game. And right now, defensively, they're almost close to final form, and it's this early in the season. So I'm looking to see how this carries over to their next home game when they return in January.
Fedler tried to lean in and draws a foul on Oakley Saboski. That'll be her 4th. 3:49 to go. Inside, White gets the shot to drop with the foul. McKinley White leading this Mount Pleasant team. She's up to 4 points.
Fouls on Addison Miller, her 2nd, team 5th.
White Missing the free throw. Long. Rebound comes to Ashlyn Long. She's trying to get out and run. Had Sabaski ahead of her, able to find her. Sabaski drives in, throws up a shot and gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for a pair of free throws.
You've got to know, if you're Mount Pleasant, next practice, you guys are in the gym shooting free throws. You've had so many opportunities at the line to make this lead not seem as far, but the inability to make free throws has negatively impacted their performance in this game.
Sabaski gets the first one to drop. Starting senior, averaging just over 4 points a game, about 1.5 rebounds. Hasn't had an explosive scoring game just yet this season, but is a critical member of this Demons team. 40-18. The lead is 22 for Washington. Mix gets the deflection and caught it out of bounds. It took the ref a second to blow the play dead. Mix was looking up the court with both feet planted in the orange.
I was also wondering, is the ref going to call out of bounds or let her play?
Driving inside and kicking out to Lightoff was Shelingowski. Lightoff circles. Fedler. She spins, puts up the layup. No good. Nice move, but couldn't get the finish.
That was a really nice move.
And Fedler
$1 million move
on the way up on the second chance play.
Finish.
Mix and Long were both over there. Long kicks it to Miller in the corner. Drops it inside. Berto spins, layup, no good. Carthy bringing it the other way. Carthy crosses over Long, gets all the way to the rim. Nice pass outside. The three on the way, no good from Lightoff. Nice rebound there for Long, but has to get out of there and gets tied up. Once again, possession will stay with Washington, but Carthy with the physical presence against Long. Actually, the ref initially pointed Washington's way, so it's actually Panther basketball. White in the short corner. Stolen by Long.
She did not like that.
Long will take it all the way, stops and kicks out to Sabaski. She drives inside. Tough layup goes.
Tough, no doubt. Great layup there from Sabaski. Great way to put it on the ground. Nice pro hop step through.
For what we've said with Washington kind of being a little light in the scoring department tonight, they are now 4 points away from their season average in scoring, averaging about 46 points a game. They're also #1 in the SEC in assists so far with over 10. Sharing the wealth has been good for Washington this year. And of course, I mentioned the rebounding. They're third in the conference in that, second in O boards with just under 14 a game. That's something they're going to want to keep up.
Yes,
that will be huge going forward. Avery Fedler's at the line. She misses the first free throw.
Again, it goes back to the free throws, and if we were able to, track the amount of free throws they've taken this game and ratio that with the makes and the misses, this game would be a lot closer.
Iris Dahl and Emma Horak coming into the game for Washington, a pair of state qualifiers in cross country for the Demons this year, Zeph.
That means we should see some fast play here.
Here is Horak running the point. Horak gets the matchup against Lightoff. And Lightoff with the steal. Presley Hora turned it over. She's into the game as well for the Demons. Getting all the way to the rim and a tough finish that time for Mount Pleasant's Bella Dodds, who's in for the final minute 45. Horak going against Fedler. And the foul will go against the Mount Pleasant freshman. Fedler, Zeph, also a state qualifier for the Panthers in cross country. So those two familiar with one another in another sport here in the SEC.
Multi-talented athletes here.
Here's Dahl, drives inside, stops, Hora, out to Mix. Driving inside, Mix puts up the shot, blocked by Fedler, but Dahl right there for the layup.
Great layup there.
Iris Dahl, she scored 4 points against Fairfield when Washington got the win down south. Quick three the other way. Dodds not afraid to shoot it. Rebound is put up, and Lightoff will draw the foul. She'll go to the free throw line.
Lightoff grabs the rebound, shoots back up, draws the foul. Fouls on Taylor Mix, her first.
So Haley Lightoff, her first season with this Mount Pleasant program, she's averaging around 5 points per game. It's taken well to the Mount Pleasant setup. 24-point lead for Washington as Lightoff gets the second to go. Dahl gets it in. Fedler nearly got the steal and will get Mount Pleasant the ball back as it last went off Horick for Washington. And Fedler triggers the inbound. Lightoff drives inside. Dahl with the initial rejection, but gets called for the foul.
Let's see if she can put some more points on the board.
Lightoff with 3 tonight. Leighton Messenger leading all scorers with 13 points. Really strong game for her. Lightoff misses the front end. Washington gonna go to 5-2 on the year and 2-1 in SEC play. The Panthers gonna drop to 1-6 and still in search of that first conference win. 0-3. They'll drop 2 in league play. It crosses over Fedler. Runs into a defender. It was Dodds. And Dodds will get called for the foul.
That was nice. That was nice.
Got Fedler to bite that time.
Again, you want to appreciate the intensity that, they're playing to the final whistle, playing to the buzzer. No one's playing lax. Everyone's still playing as if like the game was in reach or something.
And Colin Mulford said it's always nice when you can get everybody some minutes in a game. That means you've executed what you want to do. It always leads to some big cheers from the starters over on the bench as Mitch too strong on that three. It'll go out of bounds back to Mount Pleasant.
Great attempt there from Mitch, though. She saw her opening, didn't hesitate, took the shot, and it looked really good, too.
Coming the other way, Mount Pleasant. Dodds a three. That one rims out. Mitch grabs the board. And Washington can dribble it out, but Mick's going to look ahead for Dahl, and the pass just too strong. Once again, reminder, we'll have the Zeph Walker-El solo recap and preview for you guys before the boys' game between Washington and Mount Pleasant. The Panthers 1-1 in Southeast Conference play, as are the Demons. As Dahl coming the other way with 3 seconds. Washington wants her to shoot. Dahl throw it up. Fedler with the block. Are we going to have the free throws? I don't think so. There was a foul called, but the refs just going to let this game peter out. Washington getting the 44-22 victory and will win their second game in Southeast Conference play. Zeph, quick thoughts from you before we send it to a quick break.
They stayed locked in. They played all 32 minutes, up and down. They were able to get deep into the bench and let the reserves get in the game. You're able to see how they're able to control the floor. We saw Taylor Mitch, take the lead in the reserves there. Nonetheless, great win for the Demons. 22-point win for the Demons.
Washington with the victory. Don't go anywhere. We'll step aside and preview the Demon boys game as they are set to also take on the Mount Pleasant Panthers. You're watching Washington Demon basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Fairway is the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Fairway is the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself with Capper Experience.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
And we are back here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network with the Community First post-game show. I'm here, Seth Walker L, here to recap the fun we just saw. Washington Demons beating Mount Pleasant Panthers 44-22. The leading scorer of tonight's game was Leighton Messenger. She finished with just 14 points, leading with 2 3-pointers. She had a few rebounds in there, a couple steals and assists. She was all over the board, but we cannot forget about their leading point guard, Adeline Long, who came in clutch with 4 assists, give or take 4 assists, and 9 points, a few steals. Everyone just had their hands all over the ball. The defensive pressure was locked in from start to finish. All 32 minutes, the Demons led a press that blew up into a 22-point lead over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Nonetheless, Mount Pleasant just weren't able to get the ball rolling as they had many attempts at that free throw line and just couldn't knock them down, which could have, shortened that lead. But we got a Demon victory, and that's what we're here for. So, Demons win 44-22. And they're going for their next game in January. So they're leaving 2025 with a W. We'll be back here for some Demon basketball for the ladies varsity January 9th as they go against Burlington, which is another interconference matchup. Wrapping up our Community First post-game show, give another special shout out to number 15, Vivian Kroll, who had an explosive outing tonight with 6 points and 5 rebounds, also with a few steals in there. Her and Leighton Messenger ended their last game with just a combined 3 points, and tonight combined for 20-plus points. Shout out to those ladies. Shout out to Demon basketball. And we'll be right back here with the boys' varsity game as they take on the Mount Pleasant Panthers.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
And we are back here with the N.C. Williams Financial Bureau pregame show for the boys basketball here as they take on the Mount Pleasant Panthers. This will be their 3rd game this week alone. They played a game on Monday, which they had a victory. They played a game, I believe, Tuesday, which they fell short, and they are back here to claim another W, but this time they are home from their 2-game road trip. In that last W they had against Grinnell, they had 4 of their 5 starters in double digits. Drew Conrad led the way with 22.7 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals. And we had a double-double from Rajon Roth with 12 points and 12 rebounds. Looking at the season, Drew Conrad is leading with 13.2 points per game, Rajon Roth with 13 points a game, and Nick Stone with 13.2 points per game. That is going to be exciting to see tonight with the starting lineup hitting those double figures. Let's take a look at the standings in the Southeast Conference. Keokuk is leading 2-0 in the conference. Keokuk is leading 3-1 with their record, 2-0 in the conference. Washington 4-2, totality 1-1 in the conference, and Burlington wrapping up with that 3rd spot, 2-4 in their conference, or 1-1 in their conference, 2-4 on the season. The Demons tonight, they have a bit of a height disadvantage with only 6 of our players over 6 feet, with Mount Pleasant walking in with 12 players on their roster over 6 feet tall. We saw the last time the Demons were at a height disadvantage, they took a tough loss early in the season against Keokuk. Nonetheless, Mount Pleasant does have a few injured players in Noah Lang and Ryan Helling, who are 2 key components to their offense.
Mount Pleasant, and your Washington Demons. Here's tonight's starting lineups. First for the Panthers. At 6'2", a junior guard, number 2, Grayson Lowry. At 6'6", the sophomore forward, number 5, Carter Gelling. At 6'6", junior center, number 12, Keegan Heaton. At 6'2", a senior guard, number 23, Aiden Humble. Rounding out the Panther lineup for tonight at 6'5", a sophomore forward, number 34, Isaiah Leonard. The Panthers are coached by head coach Eric Rawson, assisted by Corey Jenkins, Jackson Hoyle, and Ronnie Ashton. And now, for your Demons, a 6-foot senior guard, he's Mr. Smooth, number 1, Drew Conrad. At 6 foot, the senior guard, the man, the myth, the legend, number 2, Cale Williams. At 6'1", senior guard, now you see him, now you don't, number 3, Rajon Roth. A 6-foot junior guard, number 4, he's Mr. 3, Nick Stowe. And rounding out the Demon lineup for tonight, at 6'2", a senior forward, it's Mr. Cool, Aiden Schmitz. The Demons are coached by head coach Colin Stark and assisted by Shannon Rugg, Mason Quigley, and Kelly Williams.
Welcome back to Washington High School, where we are set for Game 2 between the Washington Demons and the Mount Pleasant Panthers. It's cold outside, but we got a heated up atmosphere tonight as these two rivals taking the court and are set to jump it up. It's Rajon Roth against Mount Pleasant's Keegan Heaton, who's out there with Aiden Humble. Caleb Shepard is in the lineup along with Grayson Lowry and Carter Galing as a quick shot rolls home for Williams off the tip-in off the jump ball rather by Roth.
That was some speed there.
Usual starting lineup for the Demons. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Drew Conrad, Cale Williams, Rajon Roth, and Nick Stone. And of course, Aiden Schmitz, number 14, out for the Demons as well. A quick 3 the other way, no good for Mount Pleasant. They're an efficient three-point shooting team. They're also efficient at that. Offensive rebounding as Isaiah Lang gets the 2 to drop. So Zephyr, as kind of monotonous and more of a chess match start to the girls' game, it is all flare back and forth here for 4 quick points between the Demon and Panther boys teams here.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a jump off of the bus type of atmosphere right here. Is just like, hey, we're gonna strike first and we're gonna strike back, so we're in for a good game.
Cale Williams has it on the left wing, dishes to Stone. Stone, a rare 2 from him, is missed and rebounded by Galing. Carter Gelling hands it off to Humble. Gelling now gets it back, uses the screen from Heaton, gives it back to him. Layup is misfired. Roth comes away with the rebound. Rajon Roth, Williams, right wing. Roth again. Rajon high off the glass.
High arcing floater.
2 quick points for Roth, one of 3 players averaging double figures. It's him, Stone, and Conrad, the trio of guards. Got 2 teams, as Zeph mentioned, with a bit of differing styles tonight. Mount Pleasant A very big team, good on the offensive and defensive glass. Washington can shoot the three. They haven't been the most efficient so far this year, though. They are number 3 in the SEC, but just 23.3%. That is something Colin Stark said he wants to see increase. Isaiah Lang, a quick 2, and give him 4 early in this one. This is a Mount Pleasant team that won this matchup last year. 62-53 was actually this calendar year, January 31st of last season. As Conrad looking for his first points, probes, now finds Williams. He drives inside and dishes to Schmitz. Rejected, but a foul first. That will go against Keegan Hayton. And that will send Schmitz to the free throw line, who gives a little round of applause to the Panther bench, who are getting pretty animated at what they thought was a block. Instead, Schmitz misses the first. The senior is not shot a free throw yet this season. Or not made one, rather. And he's 0 for on that trip.
Great way to see him, get an attempt up, because remember, Coach said he's not the one that wants to go for the buckets. He wants to do all the other parts of the, contributing on the team. But right there,
Lang inside, he's been getting fed early. The kick out and 3 on the way from Carter Gelling is good. This is a Mount Pleasant team that has been very efficient shooting from 3. They average about 17 attempted per game. They make just under 6. That's the best clip in the SEC at 34.5%. So they are dangerous from outside, as big of a team as they are. Conrad looks for an answer, no good.
Great attempt.
And the rebound to Gelling. Gelling the other way, gives it to Aiden Humble. Humble, an all-SEC honorable mention player last year. He dishes to Laurie. Now gets it back and uses the screen from Heaton. Tries to get it back to Heaton. The return pass stolen by Nick Stone. The other way comes Stone. All the way to the rim goes Stone. And an and one for the Demon senior.
And 1. He was short on his first attempt, but he said, I'm going to get this one.
Stone started to get hot against Fairfield, made 3 threes in that game. That was 2 games ago for Washington. They, of course, have played an additional game in the past few days. The girls and boys teams both played at Grinnell, but then Washington a day later went to Oskaloosa, dropped that game 66-42 for their second loss of the season. So they're looking to rebound as Stone converts the 3-point play. He's got 3. Panthers the other way. Right corner, and now dropping it inside. And the kick out 3 for Ian Reed rattles out. That rim has been unfriendly to every team that's shot on it this season at times. Stone drops it into Schmitz. The pump fake,
and
the bump, and the and one.
That's what you want to see right there from Schmitz. It's just that patience, that basketball IQ was at the highest level. He knew the last time he attempted it, he got blocked, quote unquote. And now he's at the line to make 3.
And Schmitz no good on the triple. Cale Williams hustles for the offensive rebound. The only Demon down there other than the free throw shooter Schmitz. And now another chance with a 9-7 lead, Washington. The double screen for Conrad. He spins, lost it for a moment, gathers, the shot no good. Crashing for the rebound was Williams and Schmitz, but the taller Gelling, comes away with it. 6'6", Carter Gelling. Brody Clark drives and gets bumped the foul on the floor. That's going to go on Cale Williams, and that's a quick second foul for Williams, so he'll sit. Tate Griner going to come into the game. Brody Clark, the junior, drawing the foul. He had 3 points in Mount Pleasant's last game. Good football player for the Panthers. Plays wide receiver. Got some football we had some cross-country connections in the girls' games. Got some football ones here tonight for both teams. Gelling inbounds it to Reed. Ian Reed, top of the key, drives on Schmitz. Stone tried to fly in for the steal. Nice fake by Reed, but he left the layup short. Gets his own miss, poked away by Schmitz, and Washington will come the other way. A long cross-court pass to Stone, who's up for the layup and down. Nice vision from Roth on the pass. Ian Reed coming the other way. Good spell for Washington, and an air ball. And throwing it off the back of Conrad was Grayson Lowry. Nice heads-up play. Wasn't quite the Desmond Bain level of throwing it off.
I was just going to say.
What a clip that was.
He's like, I didn't throw the ball off of him, ref. Yes, you did.
Reed gathers in the corner. Fast-paced action here. 3:14 to play in the first quarter. Inside, layup for Lang is blocked from behind by Griner, and it came last off Lang, so a turnover for the Panthers.
Really fast-paced offense is what we're watching right now.
Conrad at the controls for the Demons. No points yet for him. Hasn't mattered yet for Washington. Schmitz to Roth, gets the screen from Schmitz. Probes, kicks to Griner, 4-3, too strong. Rebound comes to Gelling. He's quickly piling up a couple of those. All the way to the rim comes Lang, who got tied up with Roth, and
I heard his knees hit the ground so hard, dude. Gosh.
The refs are going to get a foul on Rajan. Brody Clark's about to come back into the game. Frankly, Zephyt's been moving so fast, I didn't see him come out.
Yeah, I was wondering who attempted that three in that corner, and I was looking at it from the shoes.
Quick refresher. Gelling out there with Brody Clark, Grayson Walker, and Isaiah Lang, who has it here and gets fouled. And Noah Travel actually called on Lang. I thought initially it was the Washington fans protesting the foul call. And actually Mount Pleasant kept the ball.
They called jump, looks like.
You're exactly right, Zeph.
Interesting jump ball call there. Could have went either way. It could have been a travel. It could have been an offensive
third
push.
time's the charm, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So Mount Pleasant will keep it on the jump ball. Brody Clark will inbound. No foul either side. And Gelling gathers top of the key. Driving inside and kicking to Lang, and Lang gets the layup to go. And Isaiah Lang, he's been a force in the interior. We saw Jackson Clark here a couple of weeks ago as Conrad throws that pass too far for Griner, who he thought was staying on the right wing. We saw Jackson Clark here, who's obviously a highly touted prospect. Lang just a sophomore for Mount Pleasant. He's also much shorter at 6'5", but has that kind of bulk in the paint. You wonder how much Colin Stark, that game against Keokuk, will prepare them to kind of counter what Lang has been bringing in the paint. There's a three for Ian Reed, and that's going to trigger a timeout as Mount Pleasant, a quick spurt, goes up 12-11. Little run for the Panthers. We'll see if Washington has an answer on the other side of this timeout. We'll keep it here. Zeph, what have you noticed clicking for the Panthers here as they're on a quick 5-0 run?
They are being very aggressive in the paint, and that can go one or two ways. The officials will start to notice the aggression. They'll start calling a lot of offensive fouls. However, it could also work in their favor, which will cause the Demons to foul them. So we've just kind of got to see. Maybe they tone it back a little bit because they don't want to get in foul trouble early. Right now, no one's, the fouls aren't leaning either way, but you see the aggression there, and as an official, they're watching that. They're watching for stuff like that. So maybe they're going to stress the floor a little bit. But you mentioned the guy 34.
Isaiah Lang.
Isaiah Lang. He has been a dominant force. So this timeout was really good because it slowed down that momentum they thought they had. So
7 fouls between the two teams, 4 on the Panthers, 3 for Washington, as you see on our very well-designed scoreboard by our super producer, Peter Camp. Bowden Brown grabbing the rebound among the trees, still fighting for it as Brown. Ball is still loose. Griner ends up with it, and we have a foul away from the play. It's going to go on the sophomore.
Bowden Brown's going to get a lot of pats on the back for his intensity right there.
Make
he
it the
did
junior,
not give up on the play.
Make it the junior Grayson Walker on the foul. And you're right. Brown, a lot of props. He has been someone we've talked with Coach Colin Stark about. He really likes his energy. You know, we talked about Ashton Long, a spark plug off the bench for the Demon girls team. That is what Bowden Brown is for the Washington boys. Conrad drives inside, gets the bump from Clark.
I think we're going to see a lot of those. Just drive in, you're going to get some contact and go.
And you talked about the foul, Zeph. That was the Panthers' 5th, so that will put Drew Conrad on the line. Still looking for his first points of the night.
We're in the bonus with 90 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Conrad gets the free throw to rattle home. I was at Washington's game against Fairfield. He had a really good one, a good outing for them, led him with 19 points. And is quickly up to 2. Conrad, senior guard, honorable mention All-SEC player a year ago. 13-12 Washington with 1:20 to go. And driving inside is Lang, and that rolls home for 2 more. Isaiah Lang up to 8 quick points. Has been 3/4 of the offense. He was pretty much for the Panthers. Here's Stone guarded closely by Lowry.
Oh.
Stone falls, kicks it to Brown, drives baseline, and gets the layup to roll. Brown recognizing some soft defense there, and a quick 2 for the substitute. Him and Griner putting shifts in there with the starters, Conrad, Roth, and Stone. Now inside goes Clark, and we'll get a whistle and a foul.
Looks like Nick Stone got shaken up there on that last play. May have tweaked his leg a little bit. He's limping.
Foul's going to go on Griner. Keep an eye on Stone. Clark in the corner. 39 seconds to play. Inside, and the layup drops for Keegan Heaton. And it's back in front go the Panthers, rather. Washington can hold for the final shot of this first quarter. Conrad picked up his dribble, gives it to Brown, and gets it back. Now drives inside, looking for a quick 2. Conrad flips it up and in.
Oh, that was clean.
15 seconds to go. Quickly the other way come the Panthers. What a quarter this has been.
This is some really good basketball for sure.
7 to go, 6 seconds left. Driving inside is Lowry, trying to find an angle with one on the shot clock, excuse me. And the miss by Clark. Everyone take a breath. It's 17-16 Demons after an exciting first quarter. This rivalry wouldn't call for anything else, would it, Seth? It's been a fun first quarter. Seth will take us through the second. We'll send it to a quick break. You're watching Washington Demon basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
And we are back here live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network for some Washington Demon basketball. We have the varsity boys leading 17-16 over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. First quarter was a lot of back and forth. No one took control of the offense completely. There were fouls going either way. A lot of aggression on the inside of the paint there. Oh, and a nice pump fake and a fade away from the mid-range is Drew Conrad. Good. He's got 6 on the night. Leading the way for the Panthers, Lang has 8 points. Number 38 has been dominating down the paint. Top of the key is the Panthers. On the wing for 3, and it's short from Reed. Conrad bringing it down. Roth guarded by Reed. We got a foul call there. The foul is on Ian Reed indeed. Conrad gets the ball in the Stone. Stone guarded by Reed. Roth. Offensive call goes on Rajon Roth. He seemed to put some shoving into Lang there. Panthers get the ball. Isaiah Lang on the inbound. Clark bringing the ball up, guarded by Brown. Lang driving in, gets the contact, accepts the contact, and still makes the bucket. He has 10 points on the night. I don't think he's missed a shot. Conrad got Schmidt. Schmidt for mid-range, and it's short. Rebound for the Panthers. Clark, guarded by Brown at the top of the key. Stops, drives in, it's deflected, and it's poked away again from Nick Stone. Nick Stone on a fast break. He takes it all the way through, accepts the contact, and a charge is called. Another offensive call. That's 2 offensive calls back-to-back for the Demons. First foul for Stone there. Demons still leading 19-18 over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. And diving for the ball is Brown. Loose ball. Lowry for 3. Short. Brown deflects the ball, preventing a fast or an easy bucket there for the Panthers. We've got a side inbound from Lowry. Finds Heaton at the top of the key. Finds Lang guarded by Stone. Back to Lowry. Clark guarded by Brown. Finds Reed. Lang in the corner, guarded by Stone. Heaves it across court. Clark with the step and steps through. He gets fouled. Bowden Brown with the foul to stop the easy bucket. He says if you're going to make it, you're going to have to take it.
Fouls on Bowden Brown. His first, team third.
Puts him at the line to shoot 2 is Clark. And he's good for the first free throw. This next free throw can take the lead by 1. And it's short, so we remain knotted up here, 19-19. Drew Conrad bringing the ball up the court. Foul called. And that one's on the floor. Foul goes on number 2, Grayson Lowry. Schmitz hits Griner. Griner finds Drew. Conrad with the pull-up. And it's short. What a good look, but it's short. And they get the charge. Drew Conrad putting his body on the line for his team and gets the charge. Lowry picks up his second. Conrad finds Stone, who quickly pulls up, and it's short. Rebounded by Shad. No good for 3 there, and he picks up the and one. Grayson Lowry turns his misfortune into some good luck as he's now at the line for an extra point. Those back-to-back fouls has now gotten him on the green side of things as he's looking to get an extra point here, the free throw line. And he's good, so he converts the and one. Demons trail by 3. Conrad bringing the ball up court. Guarded by Walker. Griner in the corner. Finds Stone. Stone finds Conrad on the wing, and he's short for 3. And it's rebounded by the Panthers, who finds Lang driving in, spin move, and it's good. Give him 12 on the evening. Isaiah Lang is making everything happen right now for the Panthers. Cale Williams bringing the ball up. Finds Griner on the wing. Cale Williams, guarded by Lang. He pulls up. And we have a foul away from the shot. So that'll be an inbound. Caden Shad. Conrad on the inbound. Finds Cale Williams, who got the layup, but got a stoppage of play here from the officials.
Baseline warning against the Panthers, reaching across the plate.
And their reach across the baseline stopped what could have been an easy bucket for Cale Williams there. And Nick Stone, he just lets it fly. He doesn't even think about it.
Rebound
Lang, pulls up a spin move layup there, or spin move mid-range, excuse me, and it's airballed. Give him what could have been his first miss of the night. Conrad guarded by Walker. And another foul call.
Puts Conrad at the line shooting 2.
The Demons are now back in the bonus as Conrad prepares to shoot. And he's good on the first free throw. And good on the second. Give him 8 points on the evening. Clark, guarded by Williams. Guarded by Roth. Lang in the corner finds Lowry, who's short, and he puts it back. Caden Shad able to pick up that rebound and put it back up. Roth getting pressed heavily are the Demons. The intensity levels in the building are rising by the second. This rivalry is alive and well. Interconference matchup. And the pull-up and a blow of a whistle. Holding call. Grayson Walker picks up his third foul.
Puts Bowden Brown at the line shooting 2.
Bowden Brown will be shooting 2 for the Demons. No good on the first is Brown.
Checks back in for the Panthers.
Lowry checks back into the game for the Panthers. And Brown is no good on both free throws, but it's rebounded by Nick Stone, who's short on the under the bucket basket. Top of the key is Lowry. And it's deflected away. Traveling violation on Grayson Lowry. Fell down with the basketball, and you can't do that. That will be called travels. Conrad guarded by Clark. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Roth, floater. It's good. Rajon Roth. Give him 4 on the night. Clark guarded by Nick Stone. Screen by Lang. Shat. On the wing is Clark, guarded by Williams. Stone guarding Lang. And it's broken up. The pass is broken up by Bowden Brown, and he gets fouled coming down the court. So he's going to go shoot 2 as they are in the bonus. And the fouls are just piling up. Piling up they are. Brown at the free throw line to shooting 2. And he's short on the first free throw as he's looking to make up for his last free throw attempt. Schmitz checks back in the game for Cale Williams, who takes a breather. A minute and a half to go here in the first half. And Brown is short on free throws again. Looks like we have another foul called on the floor. But since they are in the bonus, they will be shooting. Now both teams are in the bonus. Demons are trailing by 3, 26-23. We've got Caden Shat at the free throw line, shooting for the Panthers. And he's good on his first free throw. I don't think there's enough noise happening in here while the opposing team is at the free throw line, as he just knocks down both free throws to a silent crowd. Give him 4 on the night. Conrad with the nice crossover, goes up and it's blocked, but he finds Griner in the corner. Ball out of bounds, just couldn't hold on to it. Demon basketball. Conrad tried to take the ball up on the much larger defender in Lang, and he just was not having it. Nick Stone. Oh! Good look for Nick Stone, but the ball got stuck on the corner of the rim. Potentially could have been a bucket. Who knows? Nonetheless, Panthers bring the ball down with a minute to go here in the first half. Nick Stone guarding Galen in the corner. Gets it to Reed. Reed gets to Lang. Lang finds Clark in the corner, guarded by Conrad. And the shove. And we have a push-off call on the Panthers. Gives the ball back to the Demons. And since they are in the bonus, will result in Conrad at the free throw line for the easy points. Very intense first half we've seen here. No one seems to want to let up. Everyone seems to have the hot hand. For the Panthers, leading the way with 12 points is Isaiah Lang. Drew Conrad with 8 points leading. I guess the officials aren't going to have Conrad shoot free throws off of the foul while they're in the bonus, as the original call was 2 shots, but they're going to have them inbound and take it the length of the floor. 42 seconds to go here in the first half. Demons trail by 5. Got a 6-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Conrad looking to drain a little bit of that down. And he fades short, but it's rebounded by Roth. Roth drives in, short. Pleasant's got the ball, 7 seconds to go. And the defense stops the possession there. Cale Williams Hail Marys it. And that'll take the wrap for the second quarter here for Demon basketball. The boys are trailing 23-28 for the Mount Pleasant Panthers. We'll be right back with our halftime show live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Fairway is the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Welcome back to Washington Demon Boys basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. This is the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show, where it is the Panthers with a 28-23 lead in an intense back and forth, physical, high level. I'm running out of verbs, Zeph. It was a strong first half. It was back and forth for both teams. A lot of plays inside, a lot of fouls called. The Demons getting in the bonus in both the first and the second quarter, yet it's the Panthers holding a narrow lead with a good presence inside.
Yeah, that first quarter alone was just like a sign of an intense game, and they carried it on in that second quarter. No one really has gained big momentum. However, there is a key factor that's keeping them in the lead, and I say them, and I say the Panthers, Mount Pleasant, and that goes down to Isaiah Lang. Every time he touches the ball, he makes a play. He's showing a sense of dominance, and the Demons haven't found a way to limit that, which is why they're trailing right now.
Yeah.
They've been to the line. Both teams have both gotten fouls. So all the other, tangible parts of the game are even. It's just that outlier being Isaiah Lang.
Yeah, Lang, 12 points in that first half. He has been involved inside, and we kind of made not necessarily a straight comparison because it isn't one, right? But we talked to Colin Stark after that Keokuk game, and he kind of said that was sort of a unique one with a guy like Jackson Clark, but it was going to prepare us to face him again. And now they're facing a presence who has been not obviously as strong. He's not as tall or even as skilled, and that's no offense to Lang. Jackson Clark is a high-level player, but this is another guy who has a lot of talent in the paint and is using it to his advantage. And you know what you mentioned it, Zeph, this is a team with 12 players above 6 feet, and they're getting things done in the paint and on the glass right now.
Yes, indeed. And we're seeing a really, really fast jumper from the normal shooter being Nick Stone. It seems as though he's letting it go every time he gets it. He's not really able to find his spots and, shoot the shots at the level that he's normally shooting at, averaging 13 points coming to this game. So I want to see a little bit more production from him on that side, opening the floor up. The first option is not always the best option.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have thought it, but on the offensive side for Washington as well, Drew Conrad leading the way with 8 points. He got off to a bit of a slow start, was a guy who got to the charity stripe and got to hit a couple from there. Has got some field goals to go. Sort of a guy, he sort of dissects man-to-man defense especially. He's not afraid to attack his matchups. But how does Washington need to get maybe some better quality looks inside? It kind of feels driving into traffic a little bit. You're amongst the trees with Mount Pleasant. Yeah. They're hustling. The effort is certainly there. But It seems like Conrad and Co need to get just a few more clean looks off for as well as they are distributing the ball. This is a Demons team that has been strong in the assist category this year.
You know, you mentioned they are in this man-to-man, which is, you know, it can be tough to beat when you're trying to set the pace of the offense, because everywhere you go with the ball, there's going to be a man cover. So there haven't been lots of, open lane. That's why we're seeing a lot of contact, because you almost got to go through the guy in order to get to the cup. So we're seeing a lot of fouls, both sides. And it's just going to come down to who wants it more. You know, who's going to make the shots when they matter and when they count. At least the most when they really matter.
Yes, definitely going to be an effort thing. You know, one thing I'll highlight too, I always love a good charge, Zeph. Whenever a guy can take a charge, knows how to take a charge. Believe we saw 2 for Washington and 1 for Mount Pleasant in that first half, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be a huge thing in this game too. Mount Pleasant is trying to attack closeouts, get to the rim, trying to go quick. If you can get in position and get set, the refs clearly aren't afraid to call them. So that's going to be a big factor in giving possessions back to whichever team I think is better in that category. And as for Washington as well, want to see Rajan Roth continue to be aggressive. He's getting up those floaters. He loves to get to that floater, you know, in the middle of the lane, whether it's on just either side, a step in from the three-point line. He likes to get those off, and that could be big for Washington. It's a shot you can sort of pop, stop, set your momentum, get that shot off without having to really get in the thick of it there in the paint.
Yeah. It's interesting because the way that the game is flowing is the normal way you've seen the Demons play. That real aggressive attack, the
fast up tempo,
up tempo. So it's like when you've met a team like Mount Pleasant that's giving you back the same type of punches you're throwing, it's going to be a battle of almost like the heavyweights of who can take the most pain going into the cup, getting fouled, getting roughed up on the floor, getting tossed around. Like, who can withstand it all? And again, we cannot take our eyes off Isaiah Lang. If they are able to contain him, this lead trims, and the Demons can pull out a W.
We'll see if they can do just that. We'll send it to a quick break. When we come back with the third quarter between Washington and Mount Pleasant right here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Welcome back here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, where we have the third quarter between Washington and Mount Pleasant here on the boys' game. Between the Panthers and Demons, it was the Washington girls basketball team getting a big-time win in game number 1. And we're joined by one of the stars of the show, Leighton Messenger of the Washington Demons. Leighton, a strong night for you shooting the ball. I'll start with that. You know, some struggles a little bit there in that Grinnell game. What was clicking for you here tonight? You go off for 13 points tonight against a rival.
Yeah, I think my team just did a great job. Like, we all were passing the ball around, and they were just able to find really everyone when there was open looks, and the shots were just falling today, so I was really thankful for that. And also just driving, we have like a special play that we run for an OB, and that was working today a lot, so yeah, that was successful.
Well, I won't ask you to give the details of the play, obviously, but you know, it was a bit of a slow burn in the game to kind of start. You know, you guys were really slowing Mount Pleasant down with that press, especially. What was clicking for you guys defensively? I know you've seen a lot of presses this year. Minneapolis ran a tough one against you guys. How was it to kind of turn the tables a little bit and put a lot of pressure on another team there?
Yeah. We haven't really practiced the press in a while, but we were just kind of trusting our teammates, and I think a big thing that we did defensively was just helping on like the help side defense part of it. Like, we did a great job today of being there for our teammates if like someone were to get past or something, and I think that's where we found a lot of success defensively.
Mount Pleasant coming the other way. We're talking to Leighton Messenger of the Washington Demon girls basketball team. Leighton, I know down low you've a couple good presences on this team. You're obviously skilled in the rebounding department yourself. There's a big three by Aiden Humble for Mount Pleasant. but you've got yourself, Vivian Kroll, Sarah Berto down there coming off the bench can do well on the boards. How much pride do you guys take, in especially on the offensive side, getting those O boards, getting second chances for your team?
Yeah, rebounds are always something that we're keyed on. Like, we want to be the team that gets the most rebounds on the court. So I think today we did a great job of that, and just keeping that in the forefront of our mind, and just knowing that we want to box out and we want to get those rebounds, because it is such a big part of the game. And I think that Sarah Berto, Baby Kroll, everyone really has just been doing a great job of that, offensively and defensively.
Drew Conrad getting the steal for Washington. Aiden Schmitz will try a three. Eye off the rim. Rebound collected by Grayson Lowry. Layton, I know we talked with you before the season and that media availability. This is your first year back since your freshman season, as another humble three goes down for the Panthers. Just how has it been for you in the first couple of games? You obviously got to get your feet under you with a few years off from basketball. How have you kind of taken back to it, so to speak, in your senior year?
Yeah, I was a little bit anxious. I was really excited to start the season, but I just knew that, especially offensively, I wasn't going to be where I wanted to be just for taking so many years off. But I'm just thankful for my teammates for encouraging me, and just overall practice, and that's how you kind of get your groove back. I'm still working on it, but I think it's been getting better. So yeah, it's been such a fun season, and I'm really thankful for it so far.
Indeed, as Kale Williams got that last three for Washington, Conrad very nearly got the steal. Talking with Leighton Messenger of the Washington Demon girls basketball team. You have any takeaways of the game happening in front of you at the boys team in pretty fast-paced dogfight here?
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. I think both sides have been doing really great. A high foul game, but they've been doing good. It's fun.
Washington, or Mount Pleasant rather, to inbound. Referee's going to converse with the scorers table. And Leighton, just last one here, looking ahead, obviously you have the Christmas break now, get a chance to take some time off, and then it's right back in the thick of it with a couple of road games, Fort Madison and Marion. How are you going to kind of take this time both to relax a little bit and reset, and then look forward here to the next couple of games?
Yeah, I think that a break will be kind of nice for everyone, but I also think that we're all just going to be anticipating getting back in the gym and practicing and just working on those little things like our press and perfecting that a little bit, and just kind of getting those little kinks out before we do face Fort Madison and Marion later on. So yeah.
Actually, I'll throw one more out there, because we've heard now before pregame the nicknames. You've got the Leighton Greenlight Messenger.
Oh, yeah.
I know we've got the first half of the Miller sisters.
Yeah.
There's a couple others. How did you guys come up with those yourselves? I assume. When were those implemented? Or was that someone else?
No, we didn't come up with them.
Oh,
It was actually Eric Buchholz down there that did, and he did it on one of our first games, and it was kind of surprising, and we were like, oh, what did he say? But we asked him afterwards, so I think that's super cool, and we're thankful for him for doing that. But yeah, that's sweet.
There you go. Is there any? Would you change anything, or are you good with Greenlight or any of the other ones?
I feel like maybe Greenlight might not be for me. I'm not the best shooter out there, but no, I just think that's super cool that he does that for us. So yeah.
Well, he certainly had the green light tonight. Again, Leighton Messenger, 13 points. Washington getting the win over Mount Pleasant. So we have a foul away from the play, and Leighton will sign off. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Washington getting the turnover on the foul there. Demons down 34-26. We'll keep the third quarter guests rolling with Coach Colin Mulford of the winning Demons, as Drew Conrad probes and kicks to Roth, who drives inside. That floater rolls out. Coach Mulford, appreciate the time. Your team getting a win earlier tonight over a rival. Just ask your overall takeaways there from the jump. Obviously, get another win in conference play. Of course, you've got plenty of familiarity with Mount Pleasant. What'd you like about your team in their performance here tonight?
Half-court defense, I thought, was staple of the game for us. I think half-court defense was really good. We kept the ball in front, communicated really well on switches when we need to, and most of the time got that defensive rebound when we needed.
Yeah, how big was that to, it felt like, especially at the beginning, Mount Pleasant had to take a long time in possessions just to even get a paint touch, spread it around. Just how big was that for your team to, take that pride, not only for the full 32 minutes, but especially setting the tone there with that half-court defense to just slow them down and sort of grind the game down?
Especially that's big, especially early on. You don't want teams to feel comfortable offensively right away. If they feel comfortable those first couple minutes, they're going to feel comfortable for the rest. So it's really big to just make sure we have that pressure We didn't press right away, just kind of wanted to wait a few minutes just for us to get comfortable as well. I thought our press started well, had some issues there in the middle, and then towards the end of the game got better again.
Rajan Roth, a big three for the Demons to make it 31-34. He's up to 9. And we got to fix the net situation. And you mentioned that, Press, what elements of that did you kind of like? Because it still forced, a bevy of turnovers for Mount Pleasant, especially at the beginning when you guys first started implementing it.
Yeah, especially with we want to speed them up. Whether you force turnovers or quick shots, either works. Whether it's live ball turnovers or dead ball turnovers, any of that's great. You won't always force a turnover, but we just want them to feel uncomfortable and speed them up any way we can.
Mount Pleasant calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Coach, I wasn't at the Grinnell game. You guys win that one 53-41, but Adeline Long, another big game for her. That was, back-to-back huge nights with that Fairfield game as well. Just how great has she been over that 2-game stretch? Obviously some nice contributions here tonight as well.
Yeah, she's been awesome. She's aggressive, she's confident, she's a leader for our team, so she's just a well-rounded person to have on your roster.
Yeah, and then Leighton Messenger, of course, 13 points. She was a little bit quieter against Grinnell, but getting that shot going, obviously going to be huge. I know we've talked a couple of times with her getting just readjusted to being back playing the sport of basketball, but, seeming to kind of take to it. This felt like a big game for her to get in double figures, at least offensively, has obviously contributed in the rebounding category all year.
Yeah, just to get that confidence, you see a couple shots go in, it's going to be huge. Especially for someone who hasn't been out the last couple of years, but making a couple shots is going to be huge with confidence for anybody on the floor. So that just helps a ton.
Talking again to Coach Colin Mulford of the winning Washington Demon girls basketball team. The boys in a fight here against Mount Pleasant, down 3, as a kick out and 3 for Ian Reed is off the back iron, no good. Kale Williams can go the other way. Coach, I'll ask the inevitable. Obviously, you were a part of this Mount Pleasant program as a player. Know them well, of course, been at Washington for some time. Just any observations from this game and thoughts on the rivalry as a whole?
Oh, yeah, big rivalry with Mount Pleasant, Washington. Basketball, whether it's boys or girls, it's going to be a game of runs. So I think this game's going to come down to who. Both teams are going to have runs. Who's going to be able to limit their runs? Who's going to be able to limit the other team's runs and possessions is going to really what's going to come down to.
Drew Conrad gets a run at the rim there. He's up to 10 with the layup. And I'll go back to your game as well, Coach, with, I asked Leighton about this. Obviously, she's been active on the boards all game. As here's a steal. The Demons interrupted me there. Williams to Conrad, and they're back in front with 2 minutes to go. But, Coach, the presence for your team down low, you've got the likes of Leighton Messenger, Vivian Kroll, the starter Sarah Berto has been excellent. What'd you like from them down low tonight, continuing to kind of put the emphasis on winning the rebounding battle and giving your team second chance points on offense and just getting those high percentage looks down low near the rim?
Yeah, all those girls do a phenomenal job rebounding offensively and defensively. They're just super aggressive with just attacking the glass, making sure that, it's our ball. They're 50-50 balls and that ball's in the air, Coach Law makes some good points. We have a lot of volleyball players on our team who know how to read a ball when it's in the air. So it's just kind of reading it off that rim and going and chasing it.
Minute 15 to go here in the boys' game, and Coach, I'll ask you. I asked Leighton about it. She said the nicknames were kind of come up. The starting lineup nicknames would come up with the PA announcer. Do you have any opinions on those? Would you apply any more to maybe any of your other players to change anyone's?
I wouldn't change them. That's Boo Colt's thing. He asked the girls if they're okay with it. He asked me if I was like, I'm completely okay with it. I just said not a nickname for me. I said no nickname for me.
Sticking just with Colin Mulford and the introduction. Washington taking the lead back. 40 seconds to play and a foul away from the play. And Coach, we'll just end with this. Just any final thoughts, takeaways as your team heads into break here?
Really proud of just how we did. It's kind of, we're not halfway through the season with games, but that Christmas is kind of that halfway point-ish. So I'm just really proud with how we battled, even with the couple injuries that we've had, being 5-2. Just hoping we got a lot more wins ahead of us.
Chance to rest and recover a little bit for Washington as they prepare for some road matchups at Fort Madison, then at Marion. Aiden Humble taking the 3, no good. A rare miss from him in this third quarter. Coach, we'll keep you around for the final 30 seconds.
Right.
If you have any analysis of what transpires here as Washington can hold for the final shot.
Well, right now, Washington's on a run. Mount Pleasant hasn't been able to minimize it, so if they can keep this run going, it could be the difference.
Cale Williams looking for a teammate. Now dribbles top of the key, circles,
nice.
Lobs it over to Roth, who gets fouled, and will go to the free throw line with 3 seconds to go. So a chance to continue that run from the charity stripe. Been a physical game tonight, Coach. A lot of fouls both ways.
Yeah, for sure. Basketball, depending on the teams they're playing, can be a very physical game. Just always have to be strong with the ball.
Roth misses the first. I was getting tired down there taking pictures in the second. I nearly got collided into by, I forget who it was. I think it was Gelling from Mount Pleasant. It's always a risk down on the baseline. Drew Conrad will step aside for the final seconds of the third. Roth's second free throw drops. It's 38-34 Washington. Chance for a heave from Lowry. Rims out, nearly finds the bottom of the net, but Washington gets the lead back to end the third quarter. Coach, thank you so much for the time. We'll head over to the fourth in just a few moments here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Back here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, thanks so much to Colin Mulford and Leighton Messenger for joining the broadcast. I'm back with my partner, Zeph Walker-El, who got to watch a 15-0 Demons run, which probably didn't get the play-by-play from me that it deserved, but I was having some great conversations with a couple members of the Demons girls program. But Washington has ripped the momentum right back, Zeph. You were just observing, taking notes, tracking stats during that third quarter. What'd you like from Washington as they extended to 17 with Drew Conrad?
That kid right there by the name of Drew Conrad, he wears number 1 just like my favorite player, Derrick Rose, did. Just like another one of my favorite players, Tracy McGrady, did at one point. Just like the sniper, James Harden, did at one point. He is on fire tonight. Drew Conrad is the story of this 15-point run.
Up to 16 points. It is a 17-0 Demons run. Colin Stark kind of talked about coming in and out of halftime was when he wanted Washington to strike. Not exactly the story, but they have struck now. Looking for a rebound win after a big-time blowout loss to Oskaloosa. Tate Griner comes over the top and gets the steal. And now Conrad can go up the other way. Drew Conrad to the right wing. Dribbles, crosses over, it gets poked out of play, and it's going to go Mount Pleasant's way. And the other ref's going to step in, I think, and keep this with Washington.
Oh, man, I was going to be so... It was so slow-mo. It was like slow-mo. When he deflected and it just like rolled out. Oh, that would have been so bad.
Well, that may have been a dangerous call to make given the student section he's right in front of wearing the Christmas garb. It's a co-Christmas outfit off, it looks like, between the Mount Pleasant and Washington students. Conrad spins. That one, a rare miss. The rebound by Roth and the putback.
I've been waiting on Roth to do something else so I can give him some highlights. That kid has brought a different type of fire out when he drives to the basket. He's bringing this level of confidence.
Humble, no good. O'Board put up and no good again by Lowry. Another rebound grab by Mount Pleasant and a foul underneath. Lang got the second offensive rebound, so another second chance.
And the guy that's checking into the game right now, Cale Williams, his defensive intensity and awareness, being able to spot the ball at its weak points and poke it away that led to fast break points from Drew Conrad has been huge. It's just everyone is where they need to be at the right moments, which has led to this run that's continuously going. They haven't scored in a long time.
Williams, 5 points tonight. Now probing and driving is Lowry, who has been busy in this third quarter, or fourth quarter, and third quarter. We'll get a foul call.
Mount Pleasant is still looking for a bucket, as it's been nearly over 5 minutes since the last time they scored.
That's Bowden Brown with the foul. That's his fourth. That is something Colin Stark has said about Bowden Brown. He likes his aggressiveness, doesn't mind him racking up fouls. It's kind of there to eat up some space. Lang took that away, and what a way to end the run. Right there, Isaiah Lang. Wow. Ripped it away from Roth, and he's up to 14. And just like that, Washington couldn't quite stretch it to double figures, and now a chance to cut the lead again from the charity stripe. That is the third foul on Rajon Roth. Aiden Schmitz is going to check into the game.
If anyone was going to break the run they're on, it had to be Lang. It had to be.
It's the free throw to go. He is trying to race Drew Conrad for the leading scorer. As Bowden Brown will sit, they'll save him a little bit with that fourth foul. 2-1-2 press on here for Mount Pleasant. As Roth gives it back to Conrad. They drop into a 2-3 zone now, the Panthers. Cale Williams looking, skips it over to Tate Griner. Thought about a three, it wasn't there. Conrad now at the top of the key, trying to penetrate this shell. Mount Pleasant, good defense, 10 on the shot clock. Roth now. No, this possession going nowhere for Washington. 5 to go. Conrad's got to make something happen. Conrad's got a fire. No good.
Oh, it looked good.
Rebound grab by Ian Reed. Reed the other way, gets it ahead. And driving is Humble, kicking out to Lowry. Stolen away by Conrad. And a 2-1 break. Conrad to Roth. Layup too high. Conrad the follow and finish. 44-37 Washington. 5:30 to go.
Second chance points can be a difference
Roth
maker.
the steal. And up the other way comes Conrad. He dishes to Williams. Thought about a three, now drives inside. Puts up a 2. That drops. Williams, a quiet 7 points. And the lead is back to 9, and Mount Pleasant wants to talk about it. Timeout, Panthers. Washington, another quick run. It's a full timeout. There are buzzers sounding. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll come back. A thriller here at Washington. Back here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, where Washington has ballooned the lead back to 9 points. It has been an awesome game for the Washington Demon boys team. The girls getting a big-time win earlier tonight, trying to complete the sweep of the rival Panthers.
Coming out of that first half, it didn't look too good for the Demons. They were trailing, and it looked like the lead was going to grow. But something sparked in that locker room, and these guys came alive.
Aiden Humble, right wing, top of the key to Gelling. Over to Reed. Reed to Lang. Lowry. Possession not going much now for Mount Pleasant. They got to get a shot off, and a look for the three for Lowry is no good. Humble gathers the rebound. Kicks it in the corner. Driving is Gelling. Missing the shot by everything was Gelling. Now Washington will slow things down now, come back the other way. 4:15 to go. Williams gives it to Conrad. He's out there with Roth, Schmitz, and Stone. It's the starters for the Demons, a high 2-3 zone. Trying to get some quick ball pressure, keep the Demons from penetrating, keep them well outside that three-point arc. Stone gets in the corner for three. Good!
He's been looking for the bottom of the net all night long.
And just like I believe Leighton Messenger in the girls' game, the net was caught on the rim. The three just that pure from Nick Stone.
I think Rajon Roth had a shot like that, or Cale Williams or somebody did too.
Schmitz with the pressure on Lang, far from the basket. Lang drives on him. Lang gets to the free throw line. He has been everything and more for this Mount Pleasant team today. Isaiah Lang only had 4 points in their last game, but is averaging about 12.2 a game. Mount Pleasant leads this series 27-7, going back to 2009. It obviously goes a lot further than that, but the recent history is where things stand for the Panthers. They've won 5 of the last 6 of these installments, including, of course, last year. They won this game 62-53. Ryan Helling was the leader in scoring that night for Mount Pleasant. He's, of course, hurt. Reed had 12 in that game. Nick Stone led Washington with 11 points. Roth had 10. It's been the Drew Conrad show tonight. Roth has 12 behind Conrad's 18. Stone has 8, but hit a big 3 on that last possession. As Conrad lost it out of bounds, it'll go back to the Panthers. This is a Mount Pleasant team that is #1 in the SEC in three-point shooting. They're a big team as well. They're 4th in rebounding. Driving inside. Lowry gets the shot. Grayson Lowry, a contested finish. And the lead drops back to 10. That pass too long. The press turns Washington over. Chance for more for Mount Pleasant. Clark all the way to the rim. And a tough hanging finish for Brody Clark. Washington just looking to break the press. It's back within single digits. Williams picked up his dribble. Got it to Roth. Under 3 to go.
The press has to catch you slipping at least once, but the fact that they were able to slow the ball down, get back in their set.
Conrad gonna try a long 3. No. Misses too strong. It'll go back to Mount Pleasant. And Colin Stark wants a timeout. He's gonna take a full one, wants to talk to his team. A couple of good possessions for Mount Pleasant. They've got life here in the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere when you come back. Well, the final 2:41 to play here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Fairway's the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game. And don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
49-41. That is the score between the Washington Demons and the Mount Pleasant Panthers. The Demons have the 49 points. The Panthers with 41. An exciting finish. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-El, our super producer Peter Camp on the 1s and 2s. What a night it's been. Rivalry action in the Southeast Iowa Video on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Zeph, what do you want to see from Washington here after this full timeout by Colin Stark?
Keep their composure. Hold on to the ball. Watch out for the press. You've got 2 minutes and 41 seconds. You can hold on to this lead. You've been dominating for the past 2 quarters. Don't take your foot off the gas.
Colin Stark has, said this team is an attacking team. You go back to that Fairfield game, they were up 23 and still kind of hunting baskets, and that let Fairfield cut it down a little bit. The Mediapolis game nearly was a comeback for the Bulldogs. They hit some shots late to make that close. Washington trying to play with a lead and manage the game to the finish. They manage that defensive possession, and Roth comes away with the defensive rebound. And Conrad the other way. He'll set up shop. Back to man go the Panthers. Williams, DHO with Conrad, who turns the corner. Now has to find a teammate. Roth cuts. And how many times have we seen that tonight? Rajon Roth, his ability to move without the ball, Zeph, is really impressive.
Yeah, he's a pure slasher. He's a pure no, seriously, he's a pure slasher. He has the ability to just kind of like in a blink of an eye, he'll be at the three-point line, he'll have the ball in his hand at the basket. And he won't even have it at the three. He just slides through defenses, cuts through, and he trusts his point guard.
It's a guy you want on the park.
For sure.
He drops the first free throw. That gets him up to 13 points. Conrad has 18. The group out there for Washington, still the starters. Williams got 7, Nick Stone 8, and Aiden Schmitz 2. Isaiah Lang, who picked up his second foul, has 15. The next leading scorer out there for the Panthers is Aiden Humble with 6. He hit 2 threes in the third quarter to kind of get going. Lang gives it to Humble. Here he is, guarded by Conrad. Humble turning, kicking out to Clark. Clark for 3, too short, and Roth slides into the paint and grabs the rebound. The lead is 10 for Washington with a minute and a half. Demons trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Williams just holding it up. Patient offense is the name of the game now for Washington. Conrad to Schmitz, gives it back to his point guard. Handoff is to Stone. 10 on the shot clock. Stone a long 3. No good. Roth coming in and crashing for the rebound. Pokes it away from Lang. Humble emerges with it. Williams steals the pass, but he stepped out of bounds. It'll go back to Mount Pleasant.
That hustle is all they need, though. That hustle right there will let them go really far this season. That's what Coach wants to see.
And another full timeout. We'll keep it here, Zeph. Mount Pleasant called it. Zeph, if you're both teams' coaches, if you're Colin Stark for Washington, and if you're Coach Rawson for Mount Pleasant, what are you saying to your respective teams? We can get both sides' perspective here.
Well, I think I've already said enough for the Demons when it comes down to keep your foot on the gas. Don't let up the intensity. Right there, the ball was all over the place. They could have easily just, okay, back on D. No, they said, we're going to get this ball back and create another offensive play. They didn't give up. If I am Mount Pleasant, right, you have not had the luck of the draw when it comes down to scoring. You've scored 5 points in the last minute, so in the last about close to 15 minutes, you've only scored 5 points. You're almost throwing or breaking that clipboard now because it's like, what happened? Where did you guys fold? Why aren't you getting those same opportunities that you had in the first half? There's not much you can say. There's 1 minute to go. Let it fly. Chuck up some threes or something because
Mount Pleasant's going to need the looks from the outside. I think I've said a couple times, 34.5% from 3. They're going to need some of those makes. Humble gave it to him in the third quarter. That one blocked by Stone, but a foul. So that's going to send Humble to the line for 3 free throws. And that is a major response for Mount Pleasant out of the timeout. Probably the best result they could have got, a chance to put some points on the board without any time coming off with 54 seconds to play here, down 10.
Now you've just got to trust your guy to make the free throws. And if he doesn't, he's going to get talked about in practice.
Humble is a 62.5% free throw shooter on the season. He was an SEC honorable mention player last year, averaged 10 points a game. Scored 15 last time out in that loss to Benton for the Panthers.
So far, he's making it count. He's made 2 of the 3 so far.
He cashes in the third, and the lead is trimmed for Washington, and a quick foul coming the other way. And that's going to have to be what Mount Pleasant has to do. And notable as well, Zeph, Washington, 5 fouls already, so Mount Pleasant's in the bonus the rest of the way, so any foul will send the Panthers to the free throw line. Mount Pleasant still has 2 to give.
I think defensively, the Demons kind of they don't want to have as much aggression right now, just because we're in the winding down period of the game, and that unfortunate foul from Nick Stone, which could arguably been a block, but it resulted in giving up 3 points anyway. So it's kind of like you have to just trust. Oh.
Cale Williams gets into the front court. The foul.
I wanted to see if he was going to swing it to Schmitz over there wide open. But you don't want to give free points away. You don't want free points happening. So
it's the 4th foul of the game for the Panthers. This is a Washington team that through 4 games was shooting 57.7% as a team from the line. That was the 2nd worst mark in the SEC. They're going to have to make some big ones here to try and ice the game. Conrad will be the first to do that. Lowry committed the foul. So that will put the leading scorer of this entire game at the free throw line. Drew Conrad, 18 points tonight.
Could potentially go for 20 here.
And already making an Old Takes exposed post of this here play-by-play commentator who remarked that he didn't get off to the quickest start because he has been awesome, save for the first 4 minutes of the first quarter. Sinks the first. Carter Gelling comes in for Mount Pleasant. No one up there for Washington as expected. Conrad rims out the second. Going down the other way, the Panthers. They need buckets. 52-44, that foul, that shot another foul on a 3. And that will send Humble back to the line. So he draws back-to-back fouls on 3-pointers. That's Ross' 4th.
Really tough call there.
So a chance to make it a 2-possession game from the free throw line with 35 seconds to play. Humboldt drops in the first. Ross still didn't agree. Grayson Walker is going to come back into the game for the Panthers. Looks like he's checked in for Humboldt. Humboldt sinks the second. Here comes the third. That's good. And it's a 5-point game with 35 seconds to play. Humboldt is up to 12. He'll take a break, potentially to let Walker maybe eat some fouls, maybe an offense-defense substitution. Full court press, tight now for Mount Pleasant. Roth gets it into Conrad. He'll circle and get fouled. And a collision with the referee. Inadvertent. Grayson Lowry was right there on the sideline. He wrapped around Conrad to try and poke the ball away and collided with the ref who hit the deck. He looks okay.
That was scary.
They got to be tough, those officials.
He probably hasn't fell in a while.
And Lowry, good of him there, checking on the referee, and he'll have a chat with the scorer's table. He'll have a laugh with Grayson Lowry as well. So some comedic relief for everyone and a tense finish to this game. So he's talking with the scorer's table. I'm not sure what he was clarifying there, but nevertheless, Drew Conrad back at the line. Big free throws here for the senior guard. Misses the first. That'll keep it at a 5-point game as Humble will come back in. So the offense-defense substitution as Walker comes out.
I am like itching for him to get this 20 points right now.
Hasn't jumped that threshold yet and does now.
Yes.
Reaches 20 points. Drew Conrad, it's a 6-point game. Coming the other way, Mount Pleasant. Humble, he's had the hot hand. He kicks it over. And a timeout is called. The shot did go up by Lowry. He missed the 3. But nevertheless, the Panthers get a timeout off with 26 seconds left to play. And a full timeout. We'll keep it here again. 53-47 Washington. As a reminder, both teams off to Christmas break after this game. But what a win it would be for the Demons to kind of hang on in another close one here, Zeph. This is something that Colin Stark has talked with us about over and over and over again from the Meepo game. Fairfield was a one they won in a blowout, but even that one he wanted to see a little bit better executing with a lead. They came out really strong in that second half. He's talked about this team. He said, you know, we've got a good collection of guys that know their roles. He says when we get everyone clicking, you're going to see some of the glimpses that you see in these runs like the one we saw turn into 3 and 4 quarters. It's going to have to turn into something or continue to be something for Washington in terms of their collective output here in the final seconds of this game.
You know, I hadn't looked at Mount Pleasant's schedule. They just, you know, from their last few games, but this is Washington's third game this week. And to go out and go into 2026 on a win, that has to feel so good. You just lost your last game, so you split this week. And it's like, you don't want to go back-to-back losses. You just got to hang on. It's 26 seconds left. You're leading by 6.
Can Washington do just that? Humble was looking for it. Stone tips the inbound and gets the steal. It's still loose, though. Mount Pleasant comes up with it. It's out to Humble. He chucks up a 3. He's looking for a foul. That time he doesn't get it. And Conrad is hacked underneath. Wild sequence there, Zeph. Humble was looking for potentially his 3rd trip to the free throw line for 3 free throws here in this 4th quarter.
That would have been 9 free throws.
Try saying that 5 times fast. 3rd trip to the free throw line for 3 free throws in the 4th quarter. Instead, it's Conrad back to the charity stripe for 2 more.
That's funny there. That was funny.
First one rolls in, gets the home cooking on the rim. Drew Conrad.
In that last play there, I would have definitely wanted Nick Stone to hold on to that ball. You can't pass that in that moment. That would have been very bad if he would have got fouled there.
The lead is 8 for Washington. Mount Pleasant very, very thin on time now. Have to just run down and chuck up 3s. Here comes one from Reed. No good. Rebound collected. Stolen by Williams. No foul comes, and that will do it. The Demons hang on for a big win over Mount Pleasant. 55-47 is your final. Zeph, your thoughts as Washington not only gets a rivalry win, but a big one to send them into the new year on a high note.
They kept their foot on the gas. They didn't fold when it got a little close and a little chippy in the end. Drew Conrad made some clutch free throws. This is the type of basketball you want to see from the Demons going into 2026 with a W in the column. Great game, a great victory. Go Demons.
Washington gets the win 55-47. Drew Conrad, 22 points in double figures yet again, gets his first 20-burger of the season. And Washington gets a big rivalry win.
He had 22 in his last game.
Oh, you're so right. He did indeed.
He had a 22.
I will not sell Drew Conrad short. His second 20-burger of the season. Thank you, Zeph. That is why you are the stat man. Washington will head into the new year. They'll play Fort Madison in their next game on January 2nd on the road. They'll be back here, both the boys and girls, on January 9th. So that's the next time we'll be on a broadcast. But don't go anywhere. We'll have the Community First post-game show coming up in just a few minutes. Once again, your final in the boys' game, Washington 55, Mount Pleasant 47.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouth-watering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage. Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
And we're live back here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network for the Community First Postgame Show. I'm here with guard Rajan Roth. Tonight, great game. Intensity factor was at an all-time high. This was the type of game that I've seen you play against other teams, and they were trying to give it to you, but you weren't taking it. You were driving right to the cup, getting contact. You were everywhere you needed to be. How does it feel to get this win tonight?
You know, it feels good. We knew they were going to be physical coming into it, and we just wanted to, drive on them because we knew we had the speed on them and run the floor, and I think we did all those well today.
What goes through your mind when you drive to the cup? You're like the guy that we are always looking at when it's like, oh, he's gonna go in, he's gonna accept that contact. You're gonna take the big bumps. You're gonna dive on the floor. You're gonna get those second chance points. How does it feel, or what goes through your mind when that moment comes? And you're like, I have to be the one to take this.
I think I just go in there and just want to jump as high as I can and just go make them. I don't know. I just try to slow myself down to make sure I go up soft with the ball and just make them. Yeah.
Looking forward to the future. You guys had 3 games this week. This is the second win you all pulled off. You all are consistently averaging above double digits every game amongst 3 or 4 of your starting lineup. How does it feel to be one of those guys?
I think we just share the ball good. We run our offense, and we got a lot of good drivers and a couple 3-point shooters on our team that really balances us out. And I think we spaced the floor pretty nicely even tonight. And I just think we no one wants to go out there and score 30 every night. We're just going to have a bunch of people scoring 10, 15.
You guys went on a 19-0 run tonight. You were a key contributor to that coming out of the second half. What was the conversation like with Coach in the locker room as you guys were down coming into the third quarter?
We just focused on defense. Normally at halftime, it's all defense. Our offense normally executes decently, but I think it was just playing good defense, getting those rebounds, and running and getting the offensive rebounds too.
Now, let's step away from the basketball. You guys won't be having another game until January. What are your plans for winter break?
Just chill, get a lot of rest, and be ready come January.
You heard it first here from guard number 3, Rajon Roth, live on the Community First postgame show.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
And we are back here live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network for the Community First postgame show, where the Demons just took a commanding victory over the Mount Pleasant Panthers, their conference rivals. So I guess we can start there. How does it feel to get that victory over the conference rival?
Yeah, I think anytime it's Mount Pleasant versus Washington, and even, pregame kind of talked a little bit about, just that it's always going to be a tough battle. And it's just right down the road, and I think whether it's football, whether it's, basketball, any sport that you play, it's always that battle, and you just know, step in the gym, that you need to have your best.
So I guess we can get right into it. That 19-0 run, that was the difference maker. That changed the trajectory of this game. I saw a little bit of some heads going down, going into the locker room in the as we were entering, halftime, and then you guys came out explosive, as if like you guys went back there and had the Coach Carter conversation or something. So what happened in that locker room to come out and get that 19-0 run?
Well, and the thing that was kind of interesting is I think we ended up keeping them to a 6-point third quarter, somewhere around there, and it seemed like that 6 points was right away. I thought we responded, to that run, and I think in the past I maybe would have called a timeout there when they went up 11. But this group they're a veteran group. They know what we need to do, and it really kind of sparked there with Kale finally getting that 3 to fall. Just for us in general, I think kind of gave us a little bit of confidence. And then, like you said, it's where it's the defensive end was where we really started to attack a little bit more, and just kind of flying around. We had, we call it the bucket spot, where, that's the key of our defense, is we need to have that help side there. And they were trying to get the ball inside, and, our guys were there, and then we took it the other way. And I thought you could tell that, our conditioning is starting to get to where it needs to be, where, honestly, it kind of looked like Mount Pleasant was starting to slow things down a little bit. And we had that burst, that energy that, again, just kind of fueled us in that second half.
So this is the second outing where your point guard, Drew Conrad, 22 points. What does it mean to you to have a guard that can get his teammates involved, but also take the mantle and say, I'm going to score because we need this?
Yeah, I think, Drew honestly has continued to, just get more and more confidence, and I think that's the key to his game. Is if he plays with confidence, he's going to make the right play, and, especially in that fourth quarter, you could tell that, he was starting to kind of get hesitant a little bit with their press, and, but then he adjusted. He understood that we needed him, and then he knocked down, some free throws, there at the end, but, he's continuing to improve and be that leader that we need. And, again, with whether it's scoring points or, just getting our guys involved, he's the one that can create for us. And you can even look at, I thought Cale Williams had a great game tonight as well. You could look at Raj really fueled us, in that third quarter of getting some offensive rebounds. It seemed like he was just flying around, at a different speed, so I could just keep going on with, especially our seniors, Aiden Schmitz, I thought, had a really good second half as well, really battled inside, got some good defensive rebounds. And, it's just hopefully giving us that confidence, going into Christmas break, and hopefully we can continue that in the second half of the year.
That leads right into my second to last, but almost final question. This was your third game this week. Now you're ending this 2025 year with a win. How big is that momentum driving you towards next year and your first home game matchup, which is going to be against Burlington, which we're going to call, but you guys have a couple more games before then?
Yeah, I think, so far, one, we're going to enjoy it, where Monday we have kind of our traditional Christmas jersey practice where it's just a fun kind of team building, whether it's, competitiveness, we got some prizes with it, and it's our third annual one of starting that, that's going to be a lot of fun. But then we get 5 days off, and that's where enjoying, family time with, family and friends, and then getting right back to work. Last year we struggled a little bit out of the gate, and that's where, I think getting our bodies healed so that we can go hard right away, come that, Sunday, where we have our first practice, and we've got 5 practices before, our next game, and so that's where just making sure that we take advantage of those and be prepared, for 2 Fort Madison and 2 Clear Creek. And I know we're going to have tough tests, but we're going to enjoy this one. That's for sure.
Well, What do you got planned for Christmas break for you? Outside of the basketball, you got to relax, you got to kick your feet up. You gonna be cooking any food? What's on the menu?
Well, one, family. That's going to be huge. I always say, to anybody is, behind or next to a coach is a coach's wife, and that's where we've got 2 littles at home. And, she also does a lot for our family this is a lot of time. And so I want to make sure that I'm present for those 5 days off. And so that's going to be the biggest thing. But, my wife's from Illinois, so we go to Illinois for a little bit. We also, my family lives nearby, just north of Kelowna. So we're going to definitely go there for a few days as well. And just, like I said, just enjoy family time and time away. But then, I think this win will kind of fuel me to get right back at it. But definitely enjoying family time.
Well, have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, all of the above. You heard it live here with Coach Colin Stark on the Community First Post Game Show live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. I'm Zeph Walker-El signing off. Happy holidays.